Oh, it's gonna be a fuzzy stream today. Hello everybody and welcome to Grand Slam Galaxy Playday number 3 featuring a lack of camera because I reinstalled Windows recently and everything is screwed up. And speaking now so that I can balance them in the audio because I realized I forgot to set that up before we started streaming. Please welcome, as always, my co-commentator, Silver Lily. Hello, Silver Lily.
Hello and good evening, Grand Slam Galaxy fans. We're certain to have an exciting night of games for you. And why do you think that is, Willie? Why do you think it's going to be exciting tonight? Because I know you do.
Is it because I screwed up?
No, Willie, it's because of the sheer number of trades that happened between these last 2 game days.
Oh my god, we should go over some of these trades. Some of these have resulted in new rosters. Some of these have resulted in not very much at all. We'll cover the trades as we bring you the action. 5 out of the 8 teams, if I'm counting correctly, Silver Lily? Was it 5 out of 8 or was it 4 out of 8?
Let me double check your numbers here, Will.
3, 4, 5, 6? 7? Is it 7 teams made a trade? Was I that far off? 1, 2, 3.
The Flowers and the Bows traded. The Musicians and the Bows traded. The Spitballs and the Flowers traded. The Rookies and the Flowers traded. And the Monsters and the Rookies traded. So I think that is only 5 teams, but the Flowers traded with 3 of them.
Joy of joy. Alright. Let's go over it as we load up the games. Excuse me. Our first game of the night. Take a peek at the schedule. Why don't we... Excuse me.
Okay there, Willie?
Yeah, no, my throat's been fine. I just have something stuck. Please give me one moment. Yeah. Okay. Apologies about that. How about we make the first game of the night? On Daisy Cruiser night, we're going to have the Monsters up against the Flowers in what should be, pending a lack of a disaster, a slugfest on quite a small stadium. First, let's tackle the roster changes that each of these teams have made. Shall we go over the Flowers first?
The Flowers did participate in quite a number of those trades. Let's see. They traded over to the Rookies. They sent a pink jersey and an orange jersey, and I know that doesn't seem like much, but it is very important, as color coordination is good for team synergy. They sent a pink jersey and an orange jersey over to the Rookies, they received a pink jersey and orange jersey from the Rookies in return for sending over a brown jersey and brown Critter, who, despite being one of the Critter family, masterclass in hitting, that family, had not yet seen play this season. Then, later, they traded with the Rookies, sending over Blue Drybones.
Okay.
Sorry, sending over... the notation here has got me screwed up. I believe they sent over Purple Toad to the Rookies in return for Blue Drybones. They would later then flip Blue Drybones over to the Bows in return for a dark blue jersey that the Bows had just received from the Musicians.
Yeah, quite a number of trades. We would like to welcome, and I don't know this. I do not know this player very well, so please excuse me. I'm being told that Soda Poppin', Twitch streamer Soda, is joining the league for us today, making their debut on the Flowers roster. So just to go over all that again, the Flowers were in this frenzy, temporary home of Wow, yeah, no, you're not kidding. This is quite a wild. Basically, the Flowers gained Soda. They gained and then lost Blue Dry Bones. They gained a pink and orange jersey are on their team now. Okay, here's the team changes. I'm realizing this is too complicated because the Flowers made like 3 trades. Here's the new outlook of their team. They've gained Soda on their roster. Oh my god, you know what? Hang on. I'm making a judgment call. Hang on, wait, I can solve this for us. Okay. Flowers. Yeah, that's basically the only real effect you're going to see on the field today. They've traded away Purple Toad from that third base position and replaced them with Soda for a little bit of additional coordination in that blue category. That's going to be the main change that you see on this team. Meanwhile, over on the Monsters, much simpler, much easier to keep track of. The Monsters simply lost 2 players that they were not playing with this season. A pink and orange jersey who were warming up the bench for them. In exchange, in an attempt to lock down their defense, they hired a new defensive coordinator from the rookies. That's going to be Goomba. We asked the Monsters for a statement on their trades. They said, quote, "I really believe our defense hasn't had the chance to really prove itself yet. We're the only team now to play on Peach's Ice Garden and Luigi's Mansion. Teams are afraid to try their luck against our outfield. Just try to take us somewhere our defense can step up. They're itching to impress Bowser." Show of force and show of confidence from the Monsters there. And we'll see if Goomba, as a defensive coordinator, can really lock this team down in its first place position, as, after only 2 games, the only undefeated team left in the league. How do you think of these trades are going to fare going into Playday number 3 of Grand Slam Galaxy, Silver Lily?
Well, I think we're definitely going to be seeing some good things from the Flowers, having a very good turnaround this season, able to finally score more than 5 points in a game last week after struggling to break that line, the only team in the league that had yet to do so. Not only scored 5 points, but beat the... let me double check, wasn't it the... Monarchs, yes, the reigning champions of the Winter CPU Classic. So they've very clearly been able to do a good turnaround with their roster, and now even more with the addition of Soda Poppin' over at third base. I'm looking to see some good things from them. Over on the Monsters side, while they do have a little bit of new coaching staff, their on-field talent has not changed at all, at least during this week. They've shown no need to, having gone 2-0 in the first 2 games. But it means that their performance isn't going to change up at all, despite being involved in that flurry of trades.
Well, we'll see how it all performs. The Monsters with a new defensive coordinator, and the Flowers, who we've always praised as being set up for success on defense, going off against each other on a very offensive stadium here on Daisy Cruiser Night, and pending, as always, player protest, 9 innings, mercy off, star on, item on, got it, okay, everything's good. We're ready to start Playday number 3 on Grand Slam Galaxy. We have seen Daisy Cruiser Night before in the schedule, but it was in the preseason. It was actually the Spitballs and player protest. Player protest. It was the Spitballs and the rookies who went here, so neither of these teams have played on it yet. Okay, let's make sure we're all good with no player protests now as we re-set up on the field. I don't think that matters much.
You make sure to turn items back on, correct, Billy? I suppose we'll find out real quick.
A second player protest has hit the field.
But
I'm holding the right button, right?
Can't say it like that. I mean, you absolutely can, but
who's gonna stop me? Okay, mercy off, items on. I'm holding the button. So wait, which button was it? It's this button, right? I'm pretty sure. We've added some
not looking
extra.
Good, Willie.
That always happens.
Always happens?
Yeah, we've added some extra incentive to the player contracts this season. Let's see how it goes. Apparently, the monsters really didn't want to play. Wow, they really don't want to.
They still don't.
I realize what the issue is.
I'm glad you do, Willie. I was figuring that maybe this was a new strategy from the defensive coordinator. They can't score runs on you if play does not proceed.
I do have terrible news. I'm realizing now that because of the nature of these player protests, I'm not 100% sure that the pre-set up lobbies are going to work. This is going to take me a second.
Looks
boy,
like we're gonna have to fill some space. Normally I would do that with stats, but the official score has been slacking lately. Something about possibly getting a real job.
Let me see.
So that's not locked in for her yet. We here at the Galaxy League do wish her the best. In the meanwhile, we will be working off of the Super Sluggers score boxes from the end of the last season, last 2 weeks' games, for reference. And we must apologize that we do not have better stats. We hope to do so soon. Some important notes about these two teams. If you will give me just a second.
Boy, I'm realizing now we might be in reinstalling and setting everything up might be a little bit of a problem.
So, regarding the addition of Soda Poppins over at third base for the Flowers, well, Soda Poppins did replace Purple Toad, who had chemistry with Blue Pianta and Blue Yoshi. It's Soda Poppins in that blue jersey has that same color chemistry with Blue Pianta and Blue Yoshi. So despite making a pretty significant player trade, none of the Flowers' chemistry has been messed with. I think we are seeing almost exactly the same lineup that they had before, just with Soda Poppins slotted into Purple Toad's old spot. And blue jerseyed players have been standouts for them. Tyler won, notably a 2-time MVP, has been the MVP in every game the Flowers have won, both preseason and during the season.
I have no idea if this is going to be a player protest or not. We're going to see.
I suppose we'll have to find out, Willie. Here's hoping it isn't.
I'm going to give it 2 tries, and if it's a player protest, you're really going to have to fill some time, and this is going to be a very scuffed night of Grand Slam Galaxy. It's not a player protest! We're good!
Alright, and I was going to say, while Purple Toad had performed well in the game the Flowers won, it was not quite up to Tyler 1's standards, but did perform better than him in the game they lost. So it seems like the Flowers' chances really live and die with their blue Twitch streamers.
Well, I'm sure they'll be happy then with the pickup of Soda recently. I don't know that much about the man myself, but hey, if you end up on any team locked in after that flurry of trades, oh, wow, oh, what a catch!
Despite running into a... I have forgotten the Cheep Cheep. I almost forgot the name of the fish for a moment. Despite running into a Cheep Cheep, flopping around and tripping, Baby Daisy was still able to make that catch with a boost from light pink, or not light pink, just pink. There is no light pink. Yoshi.
That is
Out in
actually...
the outfield. And that was a very quick inning from the Flowers, shutting down a scary part of the Monsters lineup with 1, 2, 3 strong defensive plays.
That is not what you want to see if you're the Monsters starting on Daisy Cruiser. This is one of the heaviest hitting teams in the league, tied right now in terms of highest run differential at 15, I believe, plus 15 after 2 games. So now, well, Goomba's going to be happy as they net 2 quick relative outs, but Boo's going to have to make their way past Blue Critter if they want to get out of this inning still tied.
And this is where you start hitting the power portion of the Flowers lineup. Blue Critter, notable hitter. Tyler 1, 2-time MVP. And then Blue Pianta, still a solid batter himself. That is going to be a solid catch by Red Toad to end the inning. Shell coming in too late to matter. And it's a quick 3 up, 3 down for both teams on Daisy Cruiser.
Well, Goomba's going to be happy about the defensive standout of his team and maybe be a little bit relieved that he's pulling his weight ahead of his boss, but eventually one of these teams is going to have to crack the other. We're only in inning 2. We'll see what happens with this Monsters lineup right now. Red Cooper went down quick. Edward Elric is going to be the first player of the game to actually reach base after a bobble from Yoshi in the outfield.
That bobble was almost very disastrous. It looked like the ball was just short of popping over the railing after bouncing off Pink Yoshi. Oh, the fire is going to break up Daisy's star pitch, and then a missed catch by Blue Critter in addition to that is going to make for an easy single and a safe move to second from Edward Elric.
Okay, the Flowers still have a way out of this without giving up any runs. They have to force a double play off Red Toad, but Red Toad will hit it fair, and Pianta doesn't have the hustle to make it on base. Now both these runners are... Elric's a little bit safer, but it won't matter at 2 outs. Runners on the corners. Thermite looking to drive home the first run will hit straight into Pianta's glove, and the Flowers will escape a, not so much a dangerous spot with 2 outs, but I'm sure they're happy to get out of this inning with 0 runs given up after letting someone get all the way to third base.
Very confident catch by Blue Pianta over at shortstop. The common position for all Pianta players in the league. Every time you see a Pianta on the field, they are over at shortstop, and you can see a red Pianta there for the Monsters right now. Tyler 1 hits a drive out to Bowser, who catches it easy. And now it's Blue Pianta's time to shine at the bat. It's going to hit the ground, and he will make it to first before the fielding is able to stop him.
Which team do you think is going to break this scoreboard first right now?
I think whichever team... Oh, and an immediate double play due to the placement on that ball. Not a great first at-bat for Soda. Let's see if he can do better in the future. I was going to say, I think it really comes down to which team can figure out how to hit it high and far out to the left or right field, because that is the weak point of this stadium, is those closer left and right field boundaries. Neither team has really hit it that direction yet. You've occasionally seen... Oh, and a beautiful fielding play there. Who is the third base? That was Soda fielding over to first base after a quick catch for a double play.
Red Magic Koopa will hit it high. This should be caught from Baby Daisy. She'll make the catch. The Mii is already showing their promise, and once again, the Flowers shut down the monsters. This is not what we expect on Daisy Cruiser.
No, it is not, Willie. But as I was saying, both teams that have hit it far out to center where it is just a little bit easier to make that catch. I think both teams have some sluggers with the potential to do it. I think the monsters have more of them overall with both Bowser and Red Critter. But I would not underestimate this Flowers batting lineup, though they're definitely not finding much success. The defenses for both teams turning up tonight.
I am double checking now as the monsters once again seal this up. Here's a little fun fact for you. This is the longest the monsters have ever gone without scoring a run. In both regular season games, they scored a run in the first inning, and well, the streak will break at 4 innings as finally Bowser, the captain, finds that left field position with the ball, and a solo shot will open up the scoreboard. What I was going to say is that the longest the monsters ever went before this was the second inning against arguably maybe the Flowers twin team of the Monarchs in the preseason. But finally, they find the scoreboard, and it's the monsters who in the top of the 4th are going to get this game started. Not that the Flowers are going to mind it too much, as, well, they'll get Koopa out quick. And with 1 out on the board and clear bases, well, it's only 1 run.
Yes, indeed. And it was kind of exactly the kind of run we were expecting to break open this game. Bowser solo shot off the left side of the cruiser to open things up. That hit from the red Pianta is going to go foul.
And a weak contact. That is not what you want to see. I'm very curious to see which Pianta actually manages to make, well, a bigger statement in this game. They're playing the same position, and they both act as sluggers for their team. We'll see if
back. Apologies.
Oh, welcome back. We'll see. Oh, it's the other captain. Daisy barely misses the left wall here in her attempt to copy Bowser, but just a little bit weaker. And her boy toy
going for an early bunt, heavily telegraphed.
What?
Let's see if he finds any success with it. Bunts are very rarely successful in this league, and once again, it's just going to advance Daisy to second. Those can be game-losing plays. Luckily enough for Luigi, that was just the first out of the inning, and it's only the bottom of the 4th.
You know, I'll make an argument here. When you've got such a low-scoring game, safely maneuvering Daisy to scoring position on second base off a relatively weak hitter seems like a good thing. And, well, it might just pay off here, as barely Blue Critter escapes the left field, and the Flowers, with a 2-run homer, right after the monsters with their homer, will gain the 1-run lead here in the bottom of the 4th. Sorry, are we in the bottom of the 5th? Have I lost track of time?
We're in the bottom of the 4th, and Boo is starting to tire. Might not make it a full 5 innings. We'll have to see. Tyler 1, charging his bat up early, doesn't take the swing, but will on the 2nd. It's going to go sailing over the red Pianta's head and out into left center field. Edward Elric will catch it, but not before Tyler 1 makes it all the way to second for a double.
And Blue Pianta now here, last half inning, the Monsters Pianta didn't exactly get much. Now with a solid single, the Flowers will extend their lead to 3-1. And
small ball, not the type of game you expect to see on Daisy Cruiser, but with a star hit from Blue Pianta, the Flowers are making it work. That's how they like to score their runs, and it will chase Boo off the mound and put in Bowser, who's going to immediately throw around some star power of his own, throwing not one, but 2 star pitches for early strikes. Will he throw a third to try and lock up the strikeout? He will not, and instead it will become a single from Soda Pop'n's second at bat.
You gotta imagine there's a little bit of frustration from Bowser here. His team is the first to crack defensively, right after really kicking off the series of trades that hit us this week for Goomba as a defensive coordinator. And, well, we're going to have to see if they can lock the rest of this down now, as it's the Monsters' turn to try to get a little bit of this going. Now, it was that 2-run homer from the Flowers that really put them in this position. When we look at the Monsters' lineup, their next possible home run tier hitter is going to be Red Critter at the back of this lineup with no support. We'll have to see if he's able to get it done. Meanwhile, Red Toad, off item support, is still able to reach first off a scary star pitch from the Captain Daisy.
Home. Does Blue Critter catch him in time? He does not. And Red Toad finding an opportunity to go for a run home from first off of that item support. That is the very dangerous reality of Daisy star pitches, is that they give the batters plenty of time, or the batter's team plenty of time to throw a wrench in the works before the ball comes back down. And then some excellent play off of excellent item play to supplement Thermite's hit allowed Red Toad to make the run all the way home despite not being known as that speedy of a player.
That is a play straight up enabled off of team bonding, but it's going to take a lot more than the power of friendship to break through this Flowers defense, as a quick double play from Pianta and Critter keep the Monsters at only 1 for the inning. They're going to be trailing heading into the bottom of the 5th, and it'll be Bowser's job to get through the weaker part of this Flowers offense. Baby Daisy hits it out to left field just a little bit too hard off that weak bat, and Edward Elric will make the catch. Now it's Pink Yoshi's job to try to get something going in this inning.
That left field angle is a difficult proposition to get base hits off of. You've got to hit it over Red Pianta, but not too far, or it falls into the waiting hands of Edward Elric. Bowser using star power in order to secure a strikeout on Pink Yoshi, bringing up Captain Daisy.
Bowser really did not want Pink Yoshi to have a chance. 3 star pitches in a row. Oh, he is mad today. He is firing off with that. Well, is it too much to call it a cannon of an arm? And off all that intimidation, Daisy won't hit much, as she'll hit it straight into the waiting glove of Red Pianta. Bowser wants his turn at the bat. He'll be second in this inning. And hey, if Red Magic Koopa can get on base, Bowser will be set up well to get something going. But no. Caught out by Pianta shortstop.
Difficult proposition against this defensive Flowers team. We've lauded their defense time after time, and we are now seeing the truth of that against the top scoring, most winning current team in the league. As you said, they were top of run differential, tied at 15 with the Monarchs. The Musicians trail at 13.
Who just... Edward Elric just hit Bowser with a bomb. I'm sorry. I need to call that out. We're gonna have to make sure this poor boy survives through the game.
I don't know if Daisy got tired or if she just wasn't liking his chances after this at-bat. She's gonna throw a star pitch in order to try and lock it down. And an infield fly rule will actually prevent the item support from mattering, as it is an automatic out due to the people on base. Clever use of the star pitch for what will turn out to be Daisy's last batter faced of the game, trading out for co-captain Luigi.
I really have to look up how this infield fly rule works, because I'm confused and bewildered. But Red Pianta with a solid hit. Baby Daisy will have to make it there on time. No! Ooh, barely caught by Pink Yoshi after bouncing off the wall, but the triple from Red Pianta will drive in both Bowser and Red Koopa. Well, it's not a two-run homer, but when you hit a triple with 2 runners on base, it might as well be. Barely placed in such a way that stays in the ring, but is still fieldable by Pink Yoshi.
And I have to think that despite the fire coming in there, I don't think that was a triple off a forced error either. I don't know if, due to the timing, Pink Yoshi would have been... It might have been a double. It might have been a double otherwise, but it was still bringing 2 in. Baby Daisy finally closes up the inning. Luigi showing a little bit of defeat, having let 2 runs in, though I think Daisy allowed them on base, but still not happy with his performance on the mound there.
We're gonna have to see something from the Flowers. They had an explosive inning of 3 runs, which, hey, it's a defensive game if we call 3 runs explosive. But the Monsters, well, starting in the 4th, they've been consistent. 1 run, 1 run, 2 runs. And now, goes foul.
Head's going foul.
Now, it'll be up to the Flowers to get their offense going again after being a little bit stalled out.
This is going to be a late shell, probably too late to matter, and yes, it is. Red Toad safely making the catch as the shell still even goes wide. Hits Thermite.
And the all-powerful Tyler 1, his bat won't find any success either as he'll ground out to Red Toad at second. The Monsters will retain a 1-run lead heading into the last third of this game. And, well, we're going to have to see if their damage continues. Thermite, top of the 7th now.
A quick hop from Blue Critter will lock down that ball and bring up to bat his red cousin. He's immediately going to follow it out, but that is a warning shot. Watch the left side of the ship. I don't know my sailing terminology well enough to tell you what the actual term for it is, but you better watch that left side as it shoots another one out there, this time not going over the foul line for a solo shot. Home run. I'm being told that it is the port side of the ship.
The Blue Yoshi, God bless it, just trying its best. That is now 2 solo home runs for the Monsters off that left side of the field, and for the 4th inning in a row, they will score at least... Port is left. Starboard? Port is left because port is 4 letters.
Yes, but is that starboard? Because I think...
Oh yeah, you're right.
Behind the home plate, we are actually facing towards the back of the ship.
You are so right. I've decided... I'm a little bit mad about it, but you are so right. That is starboard. And at port, we have a new spectator who seems to really want to affect this game. The Monsters, consistent, not small ball. They've gotten some big hits to secure all their runs, but consistent small amounts of runs. And now it's the Flowers who, after, well, really, despite scoring second, opening up this scoreboard, are starting to struggle a little bit. So do the new on the Flowers after all that trading. Not able to find much either, as him and Pianta both ground out to second and shortstop, not respectively. And we'll have 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th as Blue Yoshi is the last chance for the Flowers to make something happen, but no. Pops into shortstop for a quick out.
The Flowers are going to have 2 more innings in order to try and make this happen, but first they have to lock down the power hitters of the Monsters, starting with Captain Bowser, immediately hitting it out to just left of center field for a single. Red Koopa up at bat. Great defensive performer, not much of a batter. Blue Pianta immediately catching it out of the air and turning it over to Tyler 1 for a double play. Now it is Edward Elric up at bat, hitting it far, but maybe a little too. Easy catch by Pink Yoshi. Let's go into one of the last 6 sets, or blah, blah. Let's just say last 2 innings for the Flowers. Bowser is starting to tire. If they can take him off the mound, they will likely be dealing with the pitching prowess of the Red Magic Koopa. Bowser secures 1 out on Baby Daisy and is looking to stay on the field still. No chemistry for this at bat.
This is the last batter in the Flowers lineup. Batter, I believe, I'm pretty sure if we look. Another strikeout from Bowser off a star pitch. Definitely one of the most aggressive pitchers in the league, and well, he'll take solid advantage of that rising high feeling to go take a break behind the plate, as is the catcher, Red Magic Koopa, who will attempt to close this one out. Possible opportunity for the Flowers if they can use this new pitcher as, well, a pitching machine to get some easy hits here, but Daisy will secure a single. Luigi, not content for a bunt this time, especially off 2 outs, will hit his own single. And, well, it's the one who opened up the scoreboard early in the game for the Flowers. I keep using that because I need to think of a second thing to say. It's Blue Critter with an opportunity here. Another home run will give the Flowers the lead, but he'll have to earn it. Chargers, contact, center field.
Out to center. Great place to go if you're looking for a single. That's all he's going to find. Bases loaded for Tyler 1. MVP in every single one of the Flowers' victories. Let's see if he can earn that mark again today. Star pitch by Red Magic Koopa. Tyler 1 will still find it for a single to bring Daisy home and keep the bases loaded.
A little bit of an odd toss from Thermite here. I think maybe if he tossed first, it would have been close versus Tyler 1. But no, Tyler will take that RBI. And Red Magic Koopa, a little bit too old to handle this league, maybe. We'll have to get through Blue Pianta, who has not had much luck here, but is known as a heavy hitter in the league. Only needs 1 pitch to knock it deep into right field again, and some boo interference will let 2 RBIs in for the Flowers. They'll take the lead late. It is now 5-6. The Flowers score 3 runs while at 2 outs. And Red Magic Koopa almost immediately taken off the mound.
And all of those runs will be on Red Magic Koopa's pitching record. He let each and every single one of those batters onto base. Soda Poppins hitting a regular single and batting another one in. Suddenly it's a 2-run lead, and the Monsters, a heavy-hitting team known for building up the score, is suddenly looking like they might be held at what might have used to be known as Flowers Point. The Flowers themselves at 7 already.
Finally, the inning will end off a solid play from Red Pianta. That middle line usually very dangerous, but they managed to slide across, grab the ball, and touch the plate in one motion. The Flowers need runs on the board. Red Pianta, well,
trying to make it happen right away, and he is going to do so with a potentially Kraken-assisted port side home run.
Really had to think about it there, didn't you?
Just for a second.
Just for a second. Red Pianta definitely showing their stuff. They actually got, you know what the funny thing is? They also hit the ball port side earlier for that triple that drove in 2 runs for the Monsters before, and it barely didn't make it over. And now with the fence lowered on that side, they score a home run. Excellent field awareness from Red Pianta to go at it again. A high ball from Thermite. Oh, is this going to be the go-ahead home run from the man, the me, the legend, the fire handler, Thermite, driving home himself and Red Toad, and just like that, with no outs so far in the inning, 3 batters, 3 runs for the Monsters, and they will at least take back this lead. And Red Critter himself too, not done yet, but the defense of the Flowers will finally get this under control. Baby Daisy and Pink Yoshi saying, we've had enough. We do not want a 3rd home run in 4 batters. Luigi, man, you're starting to tire. 3 home run attempts in 4 batters. How much longer are you going to manage this? No.
At least one more, and it's another deep hit, this time by Boo, and it will be found for a regular easy catch by Baby Daisy. Just has to make it through Red Magic Koopa, but if you let that one on, you have to imagine that Luigi goes out before facing Bowser.
They're keeping him on the mound.
He's staying on the mound. Risky proposition. Bowser hits it deep. It's ultimately only going to be a single.
And finally, Luigi taken off the mound as Red Koopa steps up. It'll be the Batman himself, Tyler 1. And with 2 outs left, I thought for a second they were going to let that slip. That was scary. What's up?
Blue Pianta didn't think he could beat Bowser to base, but did have the awareness to think he could beat not Red Magic Koopa. Oh, who was that? Who was that batting? Red Koopa? Red Koopa. Yeah. The first.
It is up to Red Critter, not the pitcher you want to see for the Monsters, to get out of this inning without laying up a single run to the Flowers. Against Baby Daisy, he'll succeed handsomely. Pink Yoshi now, the last batter in the order for the Flowers, not known as a powerhouse. Oh! Barely hits it foul.
Oh, I was so ready. I was so ready for that to go over and tie up the game.
Oh my god. Daisy, the captain, runner on base, 1 run down, chance to seal the game, but no, she will seal the game for the Monsters. A hit to the shortstop, Red Pianta, results in a double play, and by 1 run, the Monsters take this game on Daisy Cruiser night.
They'll remain undefeated, but I think the Flowers can be proud of their performance this game. To hold the Monsters so close, a feat that right now only the Monarchs have accomplished in the preseason. Their games against the Spitballs were both runaway successes for the Monsters. To hold them so close and on Daisy Cruiser of all fields, the Flowers defense absolutely showed up today.
What do you think? How do you think the Flowers are going to feel about their defensive coordinator, Goomba, their major pickup, as they barely manage to hold off the Flowers? Now, let me double check the numbers. How much have the Flowers scored in previous games?
8 and 5, Willie. So 7 is still on the higher end for them.
Meanwhile, it's the Monsters whose bats can't quite come alive. But just barely come alive enough, I suppose, to give them credit. A lot lower score of a game than we were expecting on Daisy Cruiser night. MVP honors actually go to Red Pianta, and on the other team, Blue Pianta, so the twins now, the cousins now, almost equal scores in the box, really leading both their teams here, with only a 1-run differential. You gotta imagine what might have happened. Actually, fun fact, by the way, this is a little bit of Monsters Insight I picked up while hanging onto the dugout yesterday. Red Critter was very nearly swapped to the second base position just ahead of this game. Critters and their family known for being second base legends. However, the coaches Goomba turned that down, preferring to keep Red Koopa on second base because, quote, You gotta let him play ball. I don't know what that means, considering you're not really supposed to play ball on second base, but it'll result in a Monsters win in a clutch game. Any closing thoughts?
I don't think I have many, Willie. I think it was interesting to see this slightly new Flowers lineup. Soda not quite coming in for them the way they had probably hoped in this game, but still plenty of games left to play in the season, and one more game left to play against the Monsters in this series. We'll see if they can't turn it around just like they did against the Monarchs.
Well, it'll be another possibly defensive game as our second game for the night. We are going to see the Bows versus the Monarchs on Wario City Night. Now, the Bows and Monarchs, the Monarchs are actually, technically, second place team in the lead. They have the tiebreaker as the highest scoring team with a 1-1 record, which was, well, 6 of the 8 teams coming out of the first series in Grand Slam Galaxy. They tied the Monsters for a plus 15 run differential after a devastating 21-5 win over actually the Flowers in our first Playday. The Flowers brought it back in that series. They won actually 7-8. So duly noted, the Flowers won 8-7 and then lost 8-7 in the next game. But still, that 21-5 game against the Flowers leads to this Monarchs team, well, supposedly being a very scary threat at the bat. Meanwhile, the Bows, the question mark for the league, the unknown. They were the nexus of quite a lot of trades as well this week. We're going to go over them now, taking a quick look. The Bows lost to various teams. They lost a dark blue jersey that they never fielded, and they also traded away a light blue Yoshi that I believe they never fielded. In exchange, blue dry bones and a black me and a dark blue jersey making it onto this team. None of them will see their debuts tonight.
The dark blue jersey, they actually did not have before. They gained in the trade with the musicians and then immediately flipped over to another team.
Oh, that was for the blue me. Sorry, the blue dry bones. You're correct. Okay, so all in all, dark blue me took a temporary trip on this team. They gained blue dry bones and black me, and they lost light blue Yoshi. Okay, so no real effects for them yet. We'll see how those trades really materialize going forward. In the meantime, the Monarchs were the only team not to engage in the trading frenzy this week, so their team will also remain standard. We'll see the two teams lock horns after not really making any substantial changes after week 1. Monarchs, ex-reigning team, known for those bros combos at shortstop and second base, and the Bows with a shy guy core led by pitcher led by Captain Birdo, who was looking for which word to use there, and with Statler, the man, the myth, the legend, the enigma, up on the mound. They actually, let me double check, found pretty solid success against the Fireeggs in their series last week. How do you figure going into the first game of this series on Wario City Night, these two teams might fare?
Well, while they did find success against the Fireeggs, the Eggs were not the team they were in the Winter CPU Classic, And the Monarchs showing to be very much a lot of the same team, despite losing some people between tournament and league proper. The Monarchs are a very scary proposition. They've been able to beat the Musicians quite handily, a team that the Bows have struggled with in the past. And the Bows, having participated in trades, have not changed up a thing about their roster yet. They've made some surprise upsets before, but I don't know if they're going to be able to crack the Monarchs pitching and fielding like they did the Fireeggs.
Well, we're going to have to see what happens here. Two teams, maybe with some changes on the horizon, depending on about how the coaches feel after this game. It's the Bows versus the Monarchs. Warrior City Night, pending, as always, as I glance nervously at the field, another player protest. I'm sure it'll be fine.
It'll be the Monarchs taking the field first. Toadsworth stepping up to the mound. No protest. The ball will be played. Strike one for Yellow Shy Guy.
Doesn't like either of the first two pitches. Likes the third, and against almost any other team, that would have resulted in a nice single. But the second base boomerang bro. These bros love to lock down those close field positions. And with Toadsworth on the mound, that is a dangerous defense to try to crack. However, unlike last game, it'll be cracked a little bit early. King Boo, nice single up the middle.
See if Yellow Magic Koopa can follow King Boo's success.
We really have to get these players' names. And we'll see the effect of the field early as Yellow Magic Koopa... Oh, King Boo, I think they probably could have made it to third base there, but Yellow Magic Koopa tries to take advantage of Warrior City's unique fielding position. Lots of flow to control traffic in the city, and, well, being the cheapskate that he is, Wario didn't exactly clean it all up before the ball game started. We'll see some redirection out here. And, well, the Bros will redirect their team to the dugout, and the Bows to the outfield as a quick double play from them will end the inning with 0 runs scored for the Bows.
Statler up to pitch, face looking a little bit longer. Hope he's doing okay.
Well, he's not going to be doing great as PD Piranha immediately makes the Monarchs' power known. PD, I'm not sure we've seen... I'm going to have to double check the, excuse me, as the broadcast stutters there and accidentally skips PD's celebration. I'm going to have to check. I'm not sure PD has really opened fantastically.
Ooh, a bobble from King Boo on what could have been an easy out is going to make this a harder inning for the Bows after they've already given up a solo home run to PD Piranha. Let's see if Statler can stuff Magic Koopa. It's not going to be able to, at least for a strikeout, but it will be a quick catch for Yellow Shy Guy, and the Bomb-Omb will not stop the ball from getting thrown towards second. Boomerang Bow staying safely at first.
Okay, I checked the numbers. PD Piranha had an amazing Game 1 in Grand Slam Galaxy. As well, he was a large part of the reason that 21-5 happened for the Monarchs, but he fell asleep and didn't make any production happen in the second game. If PD Piranha is on, well then I'm liking the Monarchs' chances, despite both the Bros ending in simple singles. It's Dark Bones with a high fly ball, but a lack of chemistry in the outfield for the Bows.
That's gonna be a 3-run home run, and suddenly it's a 4-0 game in the bottom of the first, with only 1 out.
Oh.
Statler is going to have to figure something out if he wants to lock down the Monarchs' offense this game. It's very, very scary. In the weaker part of it now, but the weaker part of it isn't all that weak. Toadette going to find a far hit out to left center, which will fall right into the glove of King Boo. That's the kind of hits that Statler is hoping to make happen. Not one for really getting many strikeouts. That is a redirected hit from Blue Toad, landing directly on a Wario City arrow. And then a POW block disrupting fielding attempts allows Blue Toad to turn it into a triple.
Speedy little man tried to take advantage of it, but no. Fortunately enough for the Bows, after a weak hit from Peach, they'll manage to end the inning. Well, 4 runs is not a great start for them, but they can start trying to come back now, as it'll be Koopa. We'll try to get the offense really opened up for the Bows. Toadsworth still on the mound, though. And, well, even when they get through Toadsworth, they're going to have to get through Peach in the backfield. Or as the backup catcher. What a catch from Firebro! Again, showing off why he's in that shortstop position. If you want to get it past... Oh! Solid field work as well, as a bobble from Magic Koopa off the star hit is still caught with plenty of time from, well, the speedy legs of Blue Toad. That's why he managed to get a triple beforehand.
Now Statler up at bat. The starting pitcher can't make much happen as the Bro infield locks down this Bow offense.
That's bemusing to me. Of those 3 outs, and it was a quick 3 outs, well, 2 of them probably would have been base hits against most other teams. But no, the Monarchs really showing off that they've got the defensive chops to keep up in this league against almost anyone. And it'll be Petey Piranha who tries to show off why they've got the offense, too. Hit ball flies above Dry Bones to the outfield. Will net a single for the monster. And it'll be Boomerang Bro who will look to capitalize now. Charge ball goes foul. Second attempt will result in a line drive out to center field. That'll be fielded by King Boo. It'll allow Petey Piranha to reach third. Well, the Monarchs got a good chance here so long as Magic Koopa doesn't, well, turn a double play, which is something I've said before and has usually resulted in a double play, but no! A well-placed ball from Magic Koopa will result in a single, and Petey Piranha will be driven in on an RBI.
Starting pitcher Statler beginning to tire. It's up against the Firebro. A weak hit from a Firebro, but a bobble by Dry Bones. That could have been an out. Instead, it's a base reached on an error.
It could have been a
the
double
follow-up
play.
hit by Dark Bones is going to drive in 1. It's going to drive in 2, with Firebro running to third.
That
2 bases advanced for just about everyone except for Dark Bones himself, who hit a single.
That is a big, uncomfortable moment for the Bows. Their inning could have been over with 2 quick outs. Instead, it's 2 runs for the Monarchs, and that'll cue the team. Birdo will try to start a defensive comeback. And, well, her intimidation will, for some reason, keep Firebro on third base after a solid base hit from Toadette. With loaded bases and only 1 out, they're gonna need to try to find a double play off of Blue Toad. But instead, Blue Toad will hit it high. Blue Toad will hit it deep. And again,
there's no chemistry. That's a grand slam from Blue Toad. Not the player you expect to hit balls out like that. But Wario City, possibly one of the easier stadiums to hit like that on. And suddenly, this lead has turned into an 11-run lead. With Captain Peach up at bat. Petey Piranha not even involved with that.
The Monarchs already have more runs than the Monsters or the Flowers scored the entirety of last game in only 2 innings. This is going to be a long game. Finally, Toadsworth will hit it high and result in the second out for the inning against the Monarchs. Petey back up to bat after, well, showing off earlier. And another high ball to the outfield will take perfect advantage of Peach on first for a 2-run homer.
They've got no chemistry back there, and against slugging teams like this, and Blue Toad apparently, it really hurts them, and we're seeing that this game. They have not been able to make any catch attempts against these home run shots, and the Monarchs are a team that are very good at home run shots. King Boo catches Boomerang Bros a hit out to center field to mercifully end the inning, but the Bows are going to have to start producing against a Monarchs fielding and pitching staff that is very difficult for most teams to crack.
Well, they'll try. Berto will almost manage to get this started for the Bows, but even with a solid shot out, she won't manage much. It'll be the Gray Shy Guy who hits a solid ball up to center field high enough that the Bros can't get their hands on it. And it's the Shy Guys who will try to lead the way, but Boomerang Bro will once again lock down that position. Those Bows are dangerous, and they'll keep the Bows scoreless at the top of the third. We're back to the Monarchs on offense. Magic Koopa at bat.
Looks at one, takes a hit on the second. It'll hit it to that center field vulnerability point right by second base for a solid single. Firebro stepping up to bat. Looks at one.
But weak contact, uncharacteristically weak contact from the Firebro, will let Dry Bones, after the bobble earlier, finally get his glove properly on that ball and turn a double play. Clears the bases for the Bows. Dark Bones doesn't get much of anything either. And thankfully,
after those first 2 innings, if you're a Bows fan, it's nice to just see a quick scoreless like that.
solid,
just in time to bring King Boo up to base against Toadsworth.
Yeah, solid defense. And finally, King Boo, who we don't usually see much offensive production from him, but a solid hit. Sorry, we don't see as much offensive production as his potential stands. But a good line drive to the outfield makes me feel a little bit better, even though it is a single. And Yellow Magic Koopa manages to hit it above the Bro, and the redirection from Nighttime Warrior City. King Boo is going home and makes it safe. Of all the batters, Yellow Magic Koopa with a good double.
Barely hitting the tip of that arrow visible in the
outfield?
Visible in the outfield there. Or in the replay there. Yellow Magic Koopa, perfect ball placement off that hit, is going to start a rally for the Bows. It's not going to continue that just yet, as Dry Bones' attempt to hit does just curve foul, but here comes a second one. It is deep and far. Toadetta's in place. Pow Block comes out just a little too late, but Yellow Magic Koopa does run to third off of that fly.
It's
Toadsworth beginning to tire.
Yellow Magic Koopa with more wherewithal than most batters. Excellent eye, at least, to... Well, let's be honest. Koopa hit it to Firebro, and Firebro, despite having a hell of a reach on that arm, takes a long time to drive it in. Meanwhile, Blue Shy Guy will secure that RBI, as again, that outfield redirection allows them to reach second. This is what the Bows need to start doing if they want to have a chance to dig back this game. And earlier than most other teams, they'll drive Toadsworth off the mound, and Peach will come in. Now, Peach, arguably the best pitcher, if not the best pitcher in the league.
It's unfortunately, without the official scorer having gotten the numbers back to us yet, it's difficult to tell. definitely has an excellent pitching performance, and we're able to see it immediately right there, using a star pitch to get an easy out. Though a good turnaround by Dry Bones will turn that Toadette hit into an out of the Bow's own to start off this inning. If they can lock the Monarchs down, they'll be doing a lot better than a lot of teams' defenses can. But Birdo is starting to tire on that mound.
And, well, it's the Monarchs taking advantage of the hole in the defense that they don't have to worry about, as Blue Toad and Peach will drive it up that center. Birdo's going to have to hold out for as long as she can against such a heavy slugging team, but, well, with a single from Toadsworth 2, and Petey Piranha on the field with loaded bases.
Very dangerous position to be in, and Petey Piranha looking to make that count. Winds up a shot, thinks better, and instead just slaps it out to right field for a single. Not what you commonly see from him, but it will be enough to bring someone in and chase Birdo from the mound. Here's Yellow Magikoopa. The Magikoopa's known to be excellent pitchers, often used as relievers for many teams in the league. Let's see if he can find some success where Captain Birdo didn't quite manage it. Boomerang Bro using some star power, though, to try and chase Yellow Magikoopa early.
Yeah, Yellow Magikoopa. Magikoopas, we saw their numbers in spring training. We saw the potential from these players. But all the Magikoopas, well, they get tight on that mound pretty quick. And it's Magikoopa will take advantage, and with a solid single, bat Petey in from second, and, well, as soon as they get up to the mound, they're taken off it. Yellow Magikoopa substituted for King Boo. Now, this is decent for... this is a little bit decent for the Bows. King Boo, a fantastic pitcher in his own right. Koopa, you gotta catch those. But a double play opportunity, no. Boomerang Bro will get home safe enough. Still, excuse me, where was I?
Some good fielding, but just barely wasn't there in time. Is still going to find one out, but not enough to stop this two-run home run by Dark Bones. A bit of a dark horse player in the league, known as an offensive performer even on when on some worst performing offensive teams, is now on this very scary Monarchs offense, showing why you should never count out a Bones.
Well, the Monarchs are one run off of the the Grand Slam Galaxy's run record for the season so far, and we're entering the top of the fifth. The Bows will need to put on an impressive, well, more than an impressive, a dominating offensive display if they want to make it back in this game. And Birdo, the captain, will start it off, fair enough, with a solid single. Now it's the Shy Guy's turn, as they'll march happily down the line. Gray Shy Guy, who produced some solid offense last inning, will get caught out by that dangerous Fire Bro line. We have got to come up with a nickname for these two on shortstop and second base. They're just impassable. Yellow Shy Guy will turn it quickly as well. That's a scoreless inning for the Bows as we head into the bottom of the fifth, and the Monarchs will take their opportunity to keep this run game going. Blue Toad, with item interference help, just barely able to sneak on base, and unfortunately for the Bows, it's King Boo's turn to tire, and it'll be the Shy Guy lineup, their turn to try to turn something defensively around here. Gotta look at him go. I'm so proud of him.
I think I'm gonna do a quick count. This is the fifth batter we will be seeing, or not fifth batter, fifth pitcher we will be seeing for the Bows this game. The Monarchs absolutely tearing through their defenses. Even now, with another single from Captain Peach, there are still no outs in this inning. It's only the bottom of the 5th. The Bows are averaging a pitcher an inning, trying to staunch the bleeding, trying to staunch the bleeding.
And with loaded bases, PD Piranha line drive will bring in 1. The Monarchs have tied the highest score attained so far in Grand Slam Galaxy now is Boomerang Bro. There's no outs on this inning. But, well, at least the Shellbacks will try to change that. Not a well-placed hit from Boomerang Bro will still net a run for the Monarchs, but will at least allow for double play and allow for a little bit more control from the Bows on defense. However, Magic Koopa sees that, immediately nets his own single for a quick run. And Firebro, well, we all know how dangerous Firebro can be.
Not off of fouls, but showing off the power that can put it out of the park. This time going for deep center and just over the center field wall for a 2-run home run. The Monarchs have broken the Galaxy League records for highest scoring team in general, not just here, but in the Winter Classic. Or no, I believe the Musicians, or formerly known as the Wilds, still hold that at 26. Dry Bones going to be the next pitcher sitting in between the Monarchs and that record, as Dark Bones hits a fair ball out to center field for a single.
Toadette's turn at the plate. She'll try to keep that runner safe, and she will. Wait, no, power block interference. And a little bit of a misplay there from the Monarchs will let the Bows get out of this inning after letting up 5. At the top of the 6th now, well, they've got 23 runs to make up now, and King Boo is going to call his shot early to try to score something. Hits the first ball foul. Charges up, nice again. Instead of a solid home run hit, line drive up the center for a single. Solid production from King Boo. Yellow Magic Koopa, who hit that miracle shot off the arrows previously. If anyone's taking advantage of the field, it might just be the Bows more so after their arrow shots, but no. Instead, Yellow Magic Koopa will hit it to shortstop, who will turn it into a nice double play against, well, I was going to say the slow legs of King Boo, but, well, Dry Bones trying to revive the offense.
Good chance off of that arrow redirection will turn it into a double. The bomb not doing much. Koopa up at bat. Not the player you often want to be having follow up a strong chance on base, but that will be a good star hit to find a single. Keep the chances for a 2-out rally alive. Here is Blue Shy Guy? I find it difficult to tell between Blue Shy Guy and Gray Shy Guy, so my apologies if I got that wrong.
I'm about to send you an image, and I want you to tell me the number that's in the middle of it.
The blue on Blue Shy Guy is a very, very muted, desaturated blue, Willie.
Uh-huh. And the number was 25 for the Monarchs.
Send me an image. Do not lie to our audience.
The number is 25 on the scoreboard for the Monarchs right now. Their first batter, Toad, won't make much, but Peach will get on base with a single. And Toadsworth will follow that up with a nice single of his own. 2 runners on now for the Monarchs as they're back at the top of their batting order, and PD Piranha will see if he can capitalize.
If you put Gray and Blue Shy Guys next to each other on the field, I can understand which is which. It's just seeing Blue Shy Guy, I always have to ask myself, is that one blue or is that one gray? Am I just seeing the gray wrong? Did they pick a bluish gray for Gray Shy Guy? That does not matter now, because no Shy Guy had a chance at getting that ball. PD Piranha hitting it deep out into the stands. One of the few parks here that actually has stands, and that will be the record broken. The Monarchs now the holders of the most runs scored in a game, definitively breaking the record and exceeding it by 2, and we're only in the bottom of the 6th. A good catch from Yellow Magic Koopa to stop another offensive attempt by Boomerang Bro. Deep hit out to center field that despite the POW block, Yellow Magic Koopa was able to get control over, and Gray Shy Guy able to field that over to Statler at first base to end the inning.
As the Bows turn up, it's Statler, who ended the last inning, will try to start this one off. Instead, though, relatively weak hit to Boomerang Bro at second base will send him back to the dugout. And Birdo, who steps up from that dugout, well, she'll try to get something started for her team with a single after hitting a solid hit out to right field.
And some quick play from Toadsworth on that throw, or was actually able to not only throw it before the shell reached him, but actually stop the shell in its tracks. Some bad placement by Gray Shy Guy will allow the Monarchs to turn a double play, quashing Birdo's time on the... I'm just gonna stop for a moment. I've completely lost my words, Willie.
Well, Firebro manages to find Magic Koopa's glove, as what looked like a promising hit to center field will be caught for the first out. And Yellow Shy Guy will find the pitcher's mound as, well, they'll act as a reliever for... Oh, who was up on the plate? Was it Drybones? It was Drybones, right?
It was Drybones.
Well, Darkbones takes offense to that, and in a... Well, let's be honest, a hit that no team in the league would be able to catch. An amazing hit from Darkbones. Not someone we would expect.
Wario's hat almost landed it up there completely. It just happened to roll off. I would have been happy to see it get stuck up there. I think Darkbones deserved it for that hit. I'm really happy to see this previously underappreciated player getting some time in the spotlight this game.
Definitely showing off. I think that the Bones family in general was undervalued in the draft. They've been amazing offensive players across the board for, well, any team that they're on. But the Toads, meanwhile, Blue Toad, not having as much luck. They'll hit it almost straight to Birdo in the right field. Wow, what a cannon throw from Yellow Shy Guy to try to catch out Toadette at first.
Do you think it's weird that we have so many family-based dynasties in this league, Willie? Like, we have like 4 or 5 families with players on 3 or 4, sometimes even 5 different teams. It's kind of a little ridiculous out here.
I'm not one to question nepotism, and neither is Toadsworth. Oldest man in the league still got a bat on him. Solid single to load the bases, and uh-oh, it's PD Piranha.
Are we going to see our 3rd Grand Slam of the game? Not off that star hit. It's just going to be a single, but it's going to be a single that bats in too and sends Toadsworth to 3rd. Yellow Shy Guy, I can't blame you, buddy. This is such an exhausting game for the Bows. Just getting given the run around by the reigning champs, the Monarchs, showing why you should not count them out, even if they don't have the Monsters record yet.
But Boomerang Bro will hit it straight to Statler on first for the catch, and the inning will end for the Monarchs.
I feel like Boomerang Bro has been the surprising face of mercy this game, often hitting direct outs to players on the Bows in the middle of Monarchs rallies and just giving them a bit of a break this game. I think maybe he feels bad.
Pretty solid placement from Yellow Shy Guy, though. Will allow them to reach base. King Boo getting good placement of his own. Went on first and second now for the Bows. And it's Yellow Magic Koopa, who unfortunately, well, the bat turned sour last time they were at the plate, but it's looking pretty juicy now as another single will load the bases for the Bows, and it's Dry Bones. I feel like I'm being cursed here. Bows, bones, bows, bones. Well,
And Dry Bones is going to hit it deep and far. They seem like they have it in time. They will get the out, but it might be a sacrifice fly. Could have been a grand slam, but that's the power of Monarchs' outfield synergy, turning 4 runs into 1 and an out. And now the Bro infield, that unbreakable wall the Bros built, preventing what could have been a Bows rally. They might have walked away with 6 total points after this inning. Instead, it was 3.
Who do you think is going to have the lead and run differential after this game, Silver Lily?
You know, after the Playday, I'm not sure, Willie. It could be the Monarchs. It could be the Monarchs.
Well, Magic Koopa will find the base, and, well, Fire Bro, what could have been a fire line drive, instead caught easily at first base by Statler. Now results in a double play and clear the bases for the Bows. Blue Shy Guy now, trying to get past Dark Bones, who, well, has shown the power behind that bat? Bone? But it'll turn foul on their first attempt. Second attempt.
So, are the Bones family using Bones like Donkey Kong, just punching it?
Do you think it's
Does
their
that count as a bat, or is that more like a boxing glove for them?
Do you think that it's like, do you think that the Bones family goes back? Like every time you retire, you hand your bone down to the next in line to try to get this going, to try to start their batting career? The bobble from Gray Shy Guy will let Dark Bones reach third and home safely. Not going to be able to keep this one scoreless.
King Boo, but Dark Bones able to beat out that throw.
I've never been so angry at a first-time chat. Blue Toad hits it high. Finally, the inning ends as Magic Koopa will catch this one. And the Monarchs kept to 1 in the 8th inning. And let's be honest, their scoreline ended 32. The Bows would have to do something impossible and score 29 in a row. But
Hey, Peach is getting tired. You never know, Willie. We've seen crazier things.
look, I would love...
in the Grand Slam Galaxy, but it won't be happening off the bat of Blue Shy Guy. Peach not quite ready to give up the mound.
I absolutely refuse to say we've seen crazier things in Grand Slam Galaxy. What I'm looking forward to more is seeing the Bows play this one out cleanly, see if they can get a few more runs to, well, stop that run differential from plummeting. Berto will try her attempt, but it's hit too high and just a little bit short. And that Toad outfield interrupted.
Good timing, proper timing on that POW orb. I alternate between calling them blocks and orbs, but they really are just orbs in this game. I think so they can be better fired out of that cannon. Will disrupt it and keep their chances alive. Though that last at-bat not doing much for it. Yellow Shy Guy, star player for the Bows.
The last opportunity for the Bows to try to put a dent in this run differential will ground out to second. And it's the Monarchs. Well, hey, the Bows, both teams' scorelines start with a 3. But the Monarchs with a little bit of an order of magnitude as they will take this game 3-32 over the Bows.
And that...
Yeah, there's not a lot to say about that.
Game to watch, Willie. An unsurprising MVP going over to PD Piranha. I want to know just by how much
I'm not
PD
sure.
Piranha beat out some of these other sluggers.
I'm not sure if we've ever seen a score in the official box breached 200. So let's see what happens here. 240
40.
for PD.
All in batting.
Yeah, well, I said at the start of this game that PD Piranha had a little bit of a slow game last time, and well, I was happy to see them come back. Seems like they heard me. Seems like the Monarchs making a statement about the power they can bring to the field if you don't respect it. They'll capture this one 3-32, and we will move on.
I do want to give credit here again to Dark Bones. Excellent performance. 190 is a higher batting score than we see from most batters in this league most of the time. Also some credit to Blue Toad. I think 110 is the highest I have ever seen from a Toad player. But none of those could hold a candle to the transcendent performance of PD Piranha we saw this game.
I want to point out, after getting plus 29 on that game, well, the Monarchs are going to sit comfortably in second for a while, as their run differential shoots from 15 to plus 44.
And that's going to be a hard number for any other team to make up, especially if we see another game like this in the second half of the series against the Bows.
Well, let's see how we fare on a much more disruptive field. In fact, one might say one of the two disruptors. That's right. Very controversial field in the popular eyes, but we're actually going to see the Spitballs versus the Musicians coming at us live from Peach Ice Garden. And we'll have to see how that goes. Now, I'll lead us off here. Ooh. The Spitballs here made a couple of moves over the course of that trade frenzy. Well, they made one move, excuse me. But that one move was to drop Blue Drybones, one of those Drybones players, actually to the Flowers who we saw earlier, and pick up Purple Toad for a little bit of extra synergy attempt on this team. Purple Toad will try to lock up the synergy on the back end of that offensive lineup and lock down third place. Meanwhile, Silver Lily, as the home commentator for the Musicians, how did their trade season look?
So, that's an interesting thing for me to talk about here, Willie. They only picked up a single player in their trade. They traded away 2 to pick up just Light Blue Yoshi. This time, Light Blue Yoshi taking Yellow Pianta's normal place at shortstop. It looks like the Musicians want to try a bit of a new tactic after their tragic loss to the Rookies last week, fielding a couple of different players. The new player, Light Blue Yoshi, over at shortstop, like I mentioned, hoping to make good use of his ability to catch balls with his tongue and reel them in early, something we see from other very good shortstop standouts like those bros who do it with their fire or their boomerangs or their hammers when Hammer Bro is on the field. And in order to keep the synergy rolling, connecting Light Blue Yoshi into the team, into the Kong portion of the team, with Tato, another Vocaloid representative, still having a bit of a rough adjustment to the Mii body, but doing okay. Tato taking Yellow Toad's former place over at first base. This means that the Wilds actually do, or the Musicians, my mistake, I still get them mixed up and I'm their home commentator. The Musicians do something that very few teams in the league accomplish with their lineups. They have lineup chemistry throughout, with Tato connecting Light Blue Yoshi back around to new star player Tiny Kong. The Musicians had highlighted Dixie Kong for a little while, but they really just want to make sure every player on the team gets a chance to stand out. And Tiny's performance was getting a little bit of criticism in prior games, and the musicians are going, no, we believe in this player. We think she can shine just as well as anyone else. So they're giving her the spotlight this game, putting her second in the lineup, not first, because they wanted to let Tato take the first batter spot, let Light Blue Yoshi back up the batting order.
Help me out here. The bows, the musicians dropped 2 to pick up Light Blue Yoshi and Tato. Who were those 2?
It was actually just a pair of uniforms. As you know, uniforms are a hot commodity in this league. They traded away a black uniform and a dark blue uniform over to the bows. The bows then proceeding to trade that dark blue uniform off to the flowers.
Well, they weren't fielding.
That is the one that's
they weren't fielding those players. Who was playing for the musicians before?
The musicians previously had Yellow Pianta and Yellow Toad, who are on the bench for today. Musicians trying a bit of a different roster lineup this game.
All right. Interesting. Yellow Toad providing some speed. Yellow Pianta providing some power. We'll see how, well, Light Blue Yoshi, to be fair, able to give just as much speed and, well, I don't know exactly how much power Tato was able to provide, but in the meantime, it's the Spitballs on the opposing side. Something interesting to note before we go into this game. Peach's Ice Garden is massive. When we saw in the preseason the Monsters versus the Monarchs on this field, it was a relatively high-scoring game, ending in 10-11 on the Monsters side, if I remember correctly, but without any home runs. The Spitballs may be trying to take a little bit of advantage of that after their trades. Well, they don't exactly have chemistry in the outfield. It's only Wiggler and Reggie in the outfield, and Green Dry Bones will be alone over on right field. New look Eggman happy with his training after a little bit of trouble earlier. And we'll have to see how the Spitballs fare and if they're able to shut it down. Before we start, I want to ask about one thing on the musicians. What is going on with Diddy Kong?
He is maintaining his outfield spot for now, while the management have spoken to him about his pitching performance in that last game. That speed in the outfield is still just as important, especially when chemistry can't come into play as much on a field like this. You need people who can reach the ball quickly on those deep hits. And Diddy Kong can do it better than many. So they're leaving him out there for now, but he's been given a little bit of a warning.
All right.
That if pitching performances like that continue, they may have to find a different player to take his spot.
Pressure on Diddy Kong to perform a little bit and maybe fit a little bit better into this team, as the Spitballs, under pressure to stop one of the heavy hitters, take us to Peach's Ice Garden. It's the Spitballs versus the Wilds here on Playday 3 of Grand Slam Galaxy. We'll see how this one goes. And we'll have the Spitballs starting off on the bat here. I'm quite curious to see what Baby Peach can produce at the mound. No player protest today. Isolate Green Dry Bones in right field. We'll start Isolate on the plate. Early swing against Baby Peach, though. Caught by Diddy Kong.
Able to make that run out for the out, and that is the importance of speed in the outfield on long stadiums like that. Chemistry doesn't matter quite as much, but it's easier for those long balls to turn into long flyouts, provided the team is able to get themselves into position under it.
Well, it's Blooper's turn, one of my personal favorite players, if I can say, to hit a solid ball, assisted by a boo. We'll turn a single into a double here for the Squid Kid.
Looked like Blooper was considering a triple for a moment. thinks better of it as the ball goes crashing through one of those freezies, I believe, in the infield. Wiggler going to hit it high, but it's gonna curve foul pretty early in. Charging up early again. Thinks he's got Baby Peach's number, but it's Dixie Kong that's got his number, getting that easy catch and stranding Blooper on base. We go to the Miku Musicians starting batting order. They're top of their batting order with Tato.
And Tato not able to produce much in her opening bat. Let's get an action replay there as Eggman's just having fun out there. Doing a little bit of fun time while trying to lock down that shortstop position. Waluigi going to be happy with any defensive progress here. But it's Wiggler with that high arm able to make the catch before any danger from that green shell.
Looks like the musicians are still taking a moment to warm up on this chilly field. Funky Kong coming in, Surfer Dude with his surfboard bat, fouling it out to right.
Well, if any team is going to be able to be the first one to capture a home run on this stadium, the musicians have got a hell of a statement to make there. As well, Funky Kong just wants to provide some mementos to the fans, hitting some balls up to all of these balcony seats. Oh, you get a ball, you get a ball. Is there just like... Is there a celebrity?
That's who he does it for. You know he's just here for the fans. He's going to hit another foul, this one out to left. Protecting the plate up against this pitching power from Waluigi is going to finally hit it out to right field and run over to first base before Green Dry Bones and Eggman can make anything happen in the field.
Well, it's the captain, well, the secondary captain, excuse me, Donkey Kong, who tries to make a statement and just makes a mistake. Iwata at first base catches what could have been an amazing line drive, and on what is supposed to be an offensively favored field, neither the Spitballs nor the Wilds are able to make much of the first inning.
And gotta give some credit to Iwata, had the presence of mind to come off the base and the timing on the jump in order to catch that hit from Donkey Kong. Could have been a lot more dangerous than it was, were it not for that good defensive acumen.
Well,
Reggie and Wario starting things off early in this inning for the Spitballs. Captain Waluigi up at base. Very dangerous star hit if he decides to go for it. Instead, it's just going to be a regular hit. And that will be Blue Yoshi showing off why he was placed at shortstop. Doesn't get a double play, but is still able to make the out at first.
I think
runners on third and second.
I think most captains would be like, well, at least I managed to progress my team. I think Waluigi, though, might be the one who goes
upset about it.
A little bit upset about it. It's Eggman who shows off the depth on this field. This is a field made for triples, and Eggman will be the first one to capitalize off it. As a solid hit to that center left field, we saw this play quite a lot with the Monsters and Monarchs, if I remember correctly, will result in the first RBIs, and a tired baby Peach says it's nap time, as you're never going to believe this.
Diddy Kong is not even by the numbers a better pitcher than Donkey Kong. I do just want to point that out.
Is he
He
not?
actually has a worse pitching rating.
That feels wrong. Diddy Kong is... Hang on. What are their
Diddy Kong
ratings
has a
from...
worse pitching rating.
What was their rating from spring training? I gotta take a look at these players' stats now. Oh god, we really have to clean up the spreadsheet. Here we go. Diddy Kong with a pitching rating of, yeah, only 5 compared to Donkey Kong, who rated a little bit higher. I'm equally confused.
I really don't get it, Willie. Donkey Kong has always been the first reliever for the Wild Musicians. Suddenly, Diddy Kong thinking he can take that spot, and once again, moving Baby Peach to the outfield.
Quick question. Was Donkey Kong always third base, or was he a first baseman before?
Used to be a first baseman.
Ah! I have a guess. It's possible that the defensive coach on the Wilds, when they look and they say, who do I want to bring as a relief pitcher, scans the field from right to left and sees...
Or left to right, or... Because Diddy Kong is in the left field.
Which is
They're both
technically
on the same side.
slightly more right than third base.
I will inform Wild's management to keep that in mind for the future. Dixie Kong able to find a single off a hit to left field there, bringing up the Captain Miku.
Well, Miku will try to get some offense going after we muse on the Wild's defensive problems. Wow, what a play from Reggie! Wow, what a throw from Wiggler! What an amazing chemistry in the outfield to turn what should have been a defensive disaster into an incredible double play!
That is what power outfield chemistry can still have on a park like this. Able to make the turn near disasters into double plays. Wiggler, one of the stars of that last inning, immediately hitting out to Baby Peach in left field.
There is some solid news here. You might be inclined to go, oh, well, there's no chemistry in the outfield. But again, if there's one... Well, I was going to say if there's one stadium where it's not needed, it's Peach's Ice Garden. But, well, the Spitballs proving that a little bit of chemistry in the outfield is worth a double play at the minimum. Secondary Captain Wario watches two, not happy with either of them. Makes contact with the third.
Slap the third. Dixie Kong on top of it. It's going to make sure he stays at first instead of getting a few more bases off that hit. Star pitch from Diddy Kong. Wicked curveball. Curves in at the last second. Wild swing from Waluigi, will not find it, but will find a non-star pitch for a single.
And Eggman, the man who drove in runs for the Spitballs earlier, returns to the plate with two on. Now, two outs. And makes contact with the star pitch immediately, but Light Blue Yoshi has the hops to make sure that that ball stays on the ground. And the musicians will lock out the Spitballs, at least at the top of the third. We can run some tests. I'm sure someone somewhere knows how the defensive coordinators like to pick their backup pitchers, and I'm sure we'll be able to find that information for the musicians.
Baby Peach actually able to get a single off a center field hit. Will bring up Light Blue Yoshi. The end. Oh no! A disastrous play, a double play off a pitch that was going foul. Waluigi walking back to the bullpen, happy about his performance on the mound there, bringing up Wario pitch against Kato as the Wild's batting order restarts. She's going to hit it deep out to left field for her own double. Running all the way to second off that one. Here is new star player, Tiny Kong. Didn't make anything happen in the first inning. This inning, going to throw a star hit out into right center field. With a little bit of fire support, bats in Tato clean, runs to third. Was definitely safe on base first.
Tiny Kong showing off for the musicians. Well, again, it's triple territory out here in Peach's Ice Garden. And Funky Kong, well, we'll see if he's able to capitalize on that too. Up against Wario now. Doesn't have to worry much about the first ball as it goes wide. Doesn't have to worry much about the second ball as it goes wide. It's all smooth vibes here until one down the center results in solid contact and slips Wiggler's grasp to drive Tiny home. We'll keep to a double. But
speed has always been one of Tiny Kong's highlights, if I am remembering her stats correctly, and this extra little bit of star power the team is offering her right now, letting her step up and get that run off of Funky Kong's hit and her own setup with a star hit. Now Donkey Kong putting one deep into center. Wilds are showing, hey, we know how to play small ball. You take us to a small ball stadium? We've done that before. We just like putting them out of the park.
I feel so weird because, like, technically you are right that this counts as small ball, I guess, but it feels...
On my mistake, fielding is actually the place where she shines most.
Yeah. It feels so incorrect to call this small ball. You know what? I'm gonna get in Diddy Kong's head here. I'm calling out a star pitch from the man. There we go. The curve.
An excellent call and an excellent hit. It is a very dangerous star bat, similar to Waluigi's, in that it can completely throw off defensive responses. As we see here, Reggie was running completely the wrong direction trying to get to it, and it gives DK plenty of time to run home. The musicians taking the lead off of this 2-out rally, something they do all the time. Dixie Kong hitting it just a bit too far to continue.
You know, normally when we expect the Wilds, or the musicians, to just destroy at a 2-out rally, it's off heavy bats to the outfield. Well, might be a weird outfield, but it's the same concept, and it's Dixie Kong who's able to bring that ball safely into her glove and stop, that was Purple Toad, right, from making the first offensive play for the Spitballs. Not much luck for Dry Bones either, as the ball will fly into shortstop, and the ball will fly from shortstop to first for a second out. It's Iwata who is the player who manages to open this up for the Spitballs. But, well, they're going to have their own 2-out rally.
I think, at least so far in this game, I would call Iwata player of the game for the Spitballs with some excellent defensive and offensive play. Blooper going to hit it right into the glove of second baseman Funky Kong. Finds an easy catch to prevent that rally from manifesting. And we go into the very bottom of the musicians lineup in the bottom of this 4th inning. Looks at one. Captain Miku swings at the second, and a bobble on the catch attempt by Blooper is gonna make sure she runs safely to first. Green Drybone's not able to turn it around in time. Here is starting pitcher Baby Peach, current left fielder, after some controversial defensive swaps by the musicians.
Personal investment in the musicians fielding there, but I was gonna make a joke about how the
I am
Blooper...
their home commentator, really.
I was gonna make a comment about Blooper not having to make contact with the ice that might be messing up other players, but they had to make the slide anyway. And it's Baby Peach who, to right field, will hit it for a solid single of her own. Runner on first, runner on second for the musicians, no outs, and it's Light Blue Yoshi who finds the hole in the back right outfield for a solid hit to drive the Captain Miku home and extend the musicians' lead to 3-5.
I was going to say, this is some of the surprising batting power you can actually find from a number of key players on the musicians lineup. Light Blue Yoshi and Baby Peach are not all that well rated in their time from spring training, but they were both able to find a single, able to find good caps, make sure Captain Miku was able to make it home. Tato doesn't make much happen, but here comes star player Tiny Kong, looking at one. Runners on the corners. She's going to slap the second. Eggman with an excellent pickup, preventing what could have been a solid single, and instead turning it into a double play. Yoshi's speed not working in his favor in this situation.
Alright.
We'll go into the top of the fifth, starting with Wiggler for the Spitballs.
The Spitballs, if there's one stadium to open up the musicians on, it's Bowser's Castle. If there's a second stadium, it's probably Peach's Ice Garden. Labeled in the Disruptors for Grand Slam Galaxy for a good reason, for those who don't know the league too deeply, I'll give you a quick rundown. We have 7 categories of fields here in Grand Slam Galaxy, and oh my god, wait. I mean, Wiggler will reach third off a bunt from Reggie, but to go back to that as Diddy Kong begins to tire, 7 categories of fields here in Grand Slam Galaxy. We work off of a ban, pick system to see where teams will go for these games. Peach's Ice Garden, labeled with Luigi's Mansion in the same category of fields here as the Disruptors.
Wario hits a deep fly ball, and while Dixie Kong catches it, Wiggler turns it into a sacrifice fly, running from third to home in order to make it only a 1-run lead for the musicians. Sorry to interrupt, Willie, please continue.
Oh no, by all means, don't let me get distracted. Literally missing the trees for the forest as I start talking about all the admin stuff that goes into this game while the game is still being played. It's Waluigi.
Waluigi finding a deep hit of his own out into right
the Boo.
field. The Boo is going to make it a triple, but I don't think he can safely run home off of that, and he feels the same way, staying on third with Eggman up. Person who managed to bat in the first few runs of this game for the Spitballs. Will we see any Donkey Kong star pitches in order to try and stuff this? No, we won't, as the Boo once again forces Dixie Kong to lose track of the ball, and Eggman turns it into another triple, a game-tying triple as he bats in Captain Waluigi of the Spitballs.
I do love this field. I think this is a great field. It's a very interesting field, and it's one which teams are able to take advantage of on offense. Now, it's only 5-5, as Purple Toad will find, well, perfect angles to knock Waluigi home. And the low friction on that icy field, Dixie Kong has to scramble to catch up, and that'll result in, well, just a normal Toad single. Making a run for it, Purple Toad early, trusting in Dry Bones, and gets rewarded handsomely by managing to make it all the way to third.
DK has to make something happen here if he wants to stop the Spitballs rally. Still just throwing regular pitches, but that one's going to go right to Funky Kong. Turns it over to Tato. Donkey Kong starting to tire. Very bad for the musicians to have Donkey Kong tiring only after the 5th, especially when my apologies, he is already the 3rd pitcher of this game instead of the usual 2nd. It's going to be up to his team to make the difference here and make up for that last inning rally, or possibly just Donkey Kong himself. You know he likes to show up. And it's going to be a deep hit to right center, out past Wiggler, running him all the way to second. Items loaded, but not fired.
Diddy Kong will have a chance to show his team spirit if he can, well, bat the secondary captain DK safely to home here. Do I send a star pitch? A star hit, excuse me? You know what? I don't need credit
know how
for
to
this
read
one.
him perfectly.
Once
again, Wiggler sent running completely the wrong direction as DK runs home to tie up the game.
Look, if there's any field where Diddy Kong is going to pop off as a batter, it's Peach's Ice Garden. The normally tricky batter on a very tricky field to, field on, is going to have the time of his life. And, he'll force the change from the Spitballs. Their third pitcher of this game is Green Drybones. Who, oh my god, off any other player, that would have resulted in a ball aired to the outfield. But no, Blooper avoids the power block and turns the double play to end the Wild's inning. We're going into the 6th inning, top of the 6th. What's the score? It's 6-6. Why can I taste blood in my mouth? Wiggler with a deep hit. Tries to disrupt. Oh!
And if it weren't for the Freezy and it weren't for the power block, that would have been an easy out. Instead, another Freezy, giving Wiggler an inside the park home run as everything worked in the Spitballs' favor there. Mixing up Pixie Kong, mixing up Light Blue Yoshi, and preventing Baby Peach's throw.
Mixing up production, where is the replay? Reggie, in the meantime, off a relatively normal hit after that, manages to make it to first. However, bad use of the power block there. Funky Kong was going to simply throw it to first for a single out, I think, but after the power block sees the opportunity that's laid out in front of him and successfully turns the double play. I'm curious to see where Drybones manages to make this happen. We would almost expect Blooper, who's been the traditional relief pitcher for the Spitballs, both teams, I guess, making a little bit of odd pitching choices here. But Green Drybones will, drive it into the bat of Baby Peach, who will turn a solid single with that hit to left center field.
And here comes Light Blue Yoshi, taking his own shot at it, will foul it off.
Outperforming, the outlook, at least with the power that he's able to get out of his bat, but no. As I say that, a light hit to shortstop. Good news, Eggman's dead. But Baby Peach doesn't have to worry much about the risk of a double play as she sees it with plenty of time to get back to first. Tato drills it immediately to Purple Toad.
Line drive right up to a hop by Purple Toad is going to close out the inning. Spitballs keeping their one-run lead going into the 7th.
And now it's the captain, Waluigi, with a solid chance to... Never mind, he's out.
We'll see if Donkey Kong can hold his spot on the mound this inning.
You do want to see a little bit more work from him.
You absolutely do if you're the musicians. Funky Kong, determined to keep his buddy on the mound, going, nah, I'm not letting you get up on the base. And Donkey Kong deciding to finally show off that star pitch. Purple Toad maybe should have just watched it, instead takes a swing. Exactly what Donkey Kong was looking for, as it turns into an incredibly weak hit that DK himself is able to turn over to Tato at first.
You know, I should actually note, I don't think Donkey Kong is tired. Maybe he showed a little bit of frustration at the end of an inning. But
I think you're correct, Willie.
Yeah.
Well, that was my mistake.
No, of course. Green Drybones. Oh, wow. Oh, wow!
Oh, wow!
Jesus.
That was an unexpectedly quick turnover from Wario, preventing Tiny from making it to second.
Oh, and Donkey Kong hits it deep. But, this is Peach's Ice Garden.
Gonna need to see fire if we're gonna get out of this one, but they're going to fire it late.
Wiggler, no matter what, even if it's a little bit late, takes the hit for Reggie. That's that little bit of companionship that the Spitballs got. But Diddy Kong will try to turn something here for the Wilds, and, well, we might be on the cusp of a 2-out rally from the Wilds. Gonna have to come up with a name for that as Dixie Kong. We'll try to keep this going. She's got a great chance. Runner on first, runner on second, still 2 outs. But Warrior will pick up the ball and not turn the play at first. He'll throw it to second. If he threw that to first, I think that would have been the inning. But no, the musician captain herself, Miku, with an excellent chance with loaded bases.
You cannot underestimate that speed from Dixie Kong. She might not be the star player anymore, but that really is where she shines best. A bobble by Blooper turns it into a catch for the out by Wario as the ball had yet to hit the ground. An unfortunate end to the inning for the musicians. The Spitballs defense performing unexpectedly well against this heavy-hitting team, aided by the field that they're on.
You can't really blame Blooper. Nobody can catch a star hit. Nobody. Well, unless it's a captain star hit and they're floating, and we're going to ignore that. But a line drive star hit like that will cause, well, a hit from anybody. Meanwhile, light blue Yoshi, able to catch oddballs. This is the weakness that we would expect from people who take their time and their reach to catch those balls. Able to get the ball, but not able to turn the double play. We'll at least get the out at
everyone
first.
can be one of the bros with those. It is just that bit slow, but able to turn 2 outs at first, even as Green Dry Bones advances a base at a time. Now he's on third, but there's still 2 outs on the inning. It's down to Wiggler to try and bring him in. Is going to find an opportunity as Funky Kong misses the catch. Not quite able to make a jump in time. And Wiggler goes to third as Funky Kong throws home. And, well, coming to the next batter, we'll end up in much the same situation, but with an additional run on the scoreboard for the Spitballs. Reggie with a runner on third, an opportunity with 2 outs to extend this Spitballs lead. Any run helps against the Wilds, and Funky Kong not able to get the reach to grab the ball. Reggie, though, won't get a triple, we'll get a single, we'll still get an RBI, as Wiggler makes it home. That makes it a 3-run lead for the Spitballs now at the top of the 8th. Still good opportunity from DK to put this one away. Still 2 outs on the board, and a run on first is a lot less pressure. I'm surprised we have not been seeing as many star pitches. DK, known to love letting those rock in tough situations, has full star power, but has not been using it.
We got a great point. It was Bowser who last game, 2 games ago, left the mound a scorching mess. Maybe DK.
Do we see a star pitch to lock this one up? We do not. Instead, it'll be a Funky Kong jumping catch to lock it down for the inning. Wilds only letting up, or Musicians only letting up another 2. It's a 3-run difference now on an offensively oriented stadium, or so we're told. But the Musicians have not been able to make it work in the same way that the Spitballs have.
Well, Baby Peach not able to make it work either, as her rattle will end the ball in Blooper's glove, who easily turns the first out of the inning. Might be Yoshi will have to show off, well, that hidden power. And, well, what could have been an out if it was actually just a little bit more infield if Purple Toad made the play. Results in a foul. Luckily, Grace's blessing light blue Yoshi, as a solid hit up the center will result in a single. As Tato. Tato.
Oh no, and Tato's performance has not been up to snuff this game. Blooper with an excellent defensive game, able to turn that double play. It's all down to the 9th inning. Spitballs looking to extend as we in their order. Donkey Kong still on the mound, plenty of star power. It's going to be up to him and the Musicians' defense to prevent this from getting any worse from them, but they seem more hesitant than usual to use any of it. Even Diddy Kong has stopped using that star power. I wonder if there's something weird going on with the team. Eggman finds another triple.
The Wilds in trouble at the bottom of the ninth as Purple Toad will turn it into a 4-run lead for the Spitballs. It's up to them now. DK has got to start locking this game down, but instead, well, his arm is starting to lock up. He's looking a little bit tired out there.
And again, we've still only seen one star pitch from him this entire game on an incredibly dangerous stadium like this.
I'm so sorry. I have
you have to wonder why that's happening.
I have busted the replay slightly. Please excuse me while I fix that. Funky Kong, though, does turn the double play to put a lot less pressure on the...
And if we're gonna see a star pitch, it's now or never for Donkey Kong. Blooper up at bat, and he will throw one. Blooper takes the weak hit, thrown out at first.
It's...
Wilds musicians, the Wild musicians, looking to make up at least 4 runs in the bottom of the ninth.
Oh.
It's something we know they can do. Let's see if they can, starting off with star player Tiny Kong. Hit out to left is going to allow her to run to first, bring up Funky Kong to that.
I like the Wild musicians. That's not bad.
I will give credit to a fan, a big fan of the rookies in chat today.
Funky Kong nails that
turn.
ball out to center left field, but... Oh no.
And such a late play on the items. The item use for the Wild musicians, something they've structured their entire team around, has been incredibly late this game. Almost never mattering.
Okay.
All the time in the world to drop bananas right where that ball was falling. They do it too late to matter. Donkey Kong out on his own, hitting a deep hit. Will the POW block come in time? It doesn't, and that's game over.
I have to pick apart the end of that inning for the Wilds. Reggie and Wiggler are now, in my opinion, the best outfield combo in this league. What happened there? The admittedly late banana from the Wilds. Wiggler was going to catch that ball, but saw the danger that they were in, hit the fly ball into Reggie's glove, and then the companionship, sorry, I'm forgetting the connectivity, what's the word I'm looking for here? Chemistry, thank you, on those players, allowing Reggie, their heart filled with friendship from the knocked ball from Wiggler, to fire that off with enough power to catch the out at first base. If those players didn't have chemistry, and if Wiggler didn't trust in Reggie that much, well, that might have been an out. That might have been no outs if Wiggler wasn't able to make that play correctly. But instead, solid defensive play will shut down the Wilds, as it's the Spitballs who go 10-6 on Peach's Ice Garden and shut down the Sluggers for a win in the first game of the series. MVP honors going to Wiggler. I think well earned after that defensive showing. What a monster. What a master class even. We don't want to see the stats
Excellent
here.
Play by Wiggler.
Solid.
Earning the MVP that game. Iwata had some good performance early in, but fell off a little bit after those first couple innings. And Wiggler, especially, really stepping up. Credit as well to Eggman, hit multiple RBI triples this game.
Solid performance for the Spitballs all around as they're able to take good advantage of the field they're brought to. The Musicians. Debut from Tato and Light Blue Yoshi. I think Light Blue Yoshi put in more than enough work at that shortstop position. Tato not able to find her bat this game. We'll see how she performs the next game in this series. As I hit a button I didn't know I had. And we'll go to the last game of the night. Oh boy, is it late. Oh boy. If I didn't make a point before I left work this morning to say that if I didn't show up early tomorrow, it was a failure. We're going to be returning to Daisy Cruiser for the last game of the night. We're going to have, let me check my notes here. We have the Rookies and the Fireeggs coming up bat to bat on Daisy Cruiser Day. Both of these teams, of course, as the 7 out of 8, part of that wild trade week. Oh, Jesus. Okay. Let's go over the Rookies first. Because we've shown off the fact that we've completely unable to track exactly what happened.
Did the Eggs participate in that trade?
Did they not?
I don't believe they did, Willie. I believe only 5 teams ultimately participated.
Oh, no, it's 6. It was the... sorry, hang on. It was the Monsters, the Rookies, the Flowers, the Bows, the Spitballs, and the Musicians. So 6 teams. So
okay.
excuse me.
6 teams. 6 teams.
Okay. The Fireeggs. Not making any changes in their lineup. The Rookies, though, with a big pickup, as they were able to snag away from the, let me check, Flowers, Brown Critter, who obviously is part of the Critter lineage, is known for making big plays both defensively and offensively. He'll slot into that center field position. And another jersey joining the Rookies as makes her debut in the Grand Slam Galaxy. Field, besides that, not looking too different, though it must be said this is a Jersey team at this point. Brown Chemistry going to lock out that outfield, and, well, the new player, Brown Critter, getting honors of the star player jersey. They'll try to lock that down even further for the Rookies. Meanwhile, when it comes in terms of pitching talent, they'll try to start off with Cookie as they always have. Bowser Jr. We'll see if he can fit into that second slot. Third and fourth relief pitcher going to be up in the air a little bit going into this. Meanwhile, over on the Fireeggs side, no changes from them going into this. Now, the Fireeggs are a team that I think have yet to show off their full potential. They came to a 1-1 series against the Bows in the first 2 playdays of this league. But with solid, consistent power across their lineup, and let it not go unmentioned, the absolute destructive power of King K. Rool, who they, again, traded for just after the draft completed. I think this team can be a solid offensive threat who hasn't spread their legs just yet, and I'm curious to see how they go up against the Rookies. What are your thoughts going into this matchup?
I have to be honest, Willie, no thoughts, head empty. I was distracted for a little bit by something else.
Understandable. Well, earlier in the night, we saw a relatively defensive battle on Daisy Cruiser. Now, as the time turns over to day, it'll be the Rookies versus the Fireeggs, taking us back out to sea. Playday number 3, Grand Slam Galaxy. Let's see how this one finishes. Now, daytime, Daisy Cruiser. A little bit cleaner than nighttime, but that might be to the detriment of the teams, as, well, that mopped floor just let them set out the tables, and we'll see how that interfields with fielding attempts. Cookie gonna start us off again as the captain of the Fireeggs, Yoshi, makes a good start. Single. Immediately. For the Fireeggs. Will Ferrell will try to capitalize.
We are seeing some fast pitches by Cookie here. Will Ferrell will hit it, but it'll hit it right out to Green Critter at shortstop, who turns it over to second baseman Green Shy Guy, and from there over to first baseman Brock for the double play.
So Mario's turn as the secondary captain, but, well, he's not able to do much. A good hit is a little bit too good, as John Cena fields it easily. And, well, not much for the Fireeggs to start off this game. Maybe this will be the start of another defensive battle. But we'll have to see pitching potential from King K. Rool in order to do it. And he'll do it successfully as at her first bat, Grand Slam Galaxy immediately knocks herself out.
It's been a little bit since we've seen Daisy Cruiser in the daytime. Those tables starting to get a little bit in the way. One of them broken by a banana. Need to check up on the make of the tables, though I guess maybe they're meant to shatter.
Looking at,
considering they've been left out on the field.
Could I get, I'm going to have to get confirmation from a viewer, by the way, that the podcast isn't having any trouble. Minor eyebrow raised from me here. Should be fine. Mirrored, though, from the Fireeggs and the Rookies, as both of them get out, get a runner on base, and then immediately get turned away by a double play. Pegasus, well, the pattern continues, knocks himself out. We'll see if Ash Ketchum breaks this trend. A single would almost be the most concerning thing that could happen to him here. And that's a single. King K. Rool? I don't believe in curses, but good luck, buddy. Runner on first. Cookie throws it, charge up, and would you believe it's a double play?
Third first, same as the first. Let's see how the fourth one goes. Going into the bottom of the second with starting pitcher Cookie now up at bat.
You know what? It's fine. Cookie hits it to second base for an out. Well, Critter is a monstrous bat. I don't think they'll settle for a single. They settle for a single. You can't.
It is now
Brock
on Brock to break the pattern.
Don't hit this
Let's
light.
see if he can do it.
Spend a star, buddy. Get out of this hole. Nope.
He's not gonna do it. Instead, he hits it shallowly over to Pegasus, who will turn it over to Ash at shortstop for the out at second, and over to first baseman Red Yoshi for a double play.
Did someone kick the record player? Are we skipping? Cookie up against Baby DK, who... Oh my god. Off a misplay from right field, who had plenty of time to throw it to first base. Will reach on a single. And don't worry, everybody. You're not just watching the same game happen over and over again. You're not watching the same inning happen over and over again. Excuse me. As the pattern is... It's a new pattern.
Double play early this time. Let's see if we can get a fly out.
No, the pattern is broken. I don't care. Baby Luigi, 9th batter for the Fireeggs, up to bat. Will ground out to shortstop. And, well, after 3 innings, it's pretty quick, solid defense from the Rookies as they'll lock out the entire lineup from the Fireeggs. Hey, the Fireeggs got some hits in there. They just resulted in double plays. Now it's the Rookies' turn to see if they can break ahead in the batting lineup a little bit. 7th batter, Green Shy Guy, up to the plate. Caught out at second by Pegasus, so no, not yet. We're looking for progress here from either team. As Bouncer takes his turn, knocks it high up to the outfield for a single. I don't care. The pattern was technically broken. Bowser Jr., the captain, opportunity to start this offense going for the Rookies.
Right, we have someone
guess
in
it's
chat
high-pitched
saying
buzz.
the broadcast is a high-pitched buzz right now, as Bowser Jr., Captain Bowser Jr. hits a fly out to deep right field. easily caught by Captain Yoshi as comes up to bat against King K. Rool
Okay, it stopped. It's fine.
and is going to hit it out to center, right out to Yoshi. Again, some excellent defensive play by the captain for the eggs. Let's see if he can get some offensive play going into the top of the fourth with him leading the lineup for the Fireeggs.
No.
No.
Hit straight into the ball of John Z. Listen, after how long that second game took, I'll take this brief game. Defensive shutouts are great for my throat and my sleeping schedule, as Will Fail supports me by hitting it straight into a solid catch from Green Shy Guy. Arm longer than, well, you would expect for that one. Both catches feeling comfortable here, and it's the second Captain Mario who will try to break the three-runner cycle for the Fireeggs and will fail with a mirror hit to Shy Guy at the second base position. Let me double check that. Does that mean that the Fireeggs are still on their 3-batter rotation? No, excuse me. Mario's the first batter. We broke out of it a while. Wait, what? Oh yeah, we just broke out of it. Okay, no, we're good. Wait, what? Never mind. Wait a second. Oh no.
What's happening?
Did the Fireeggs have... Yeah, no, that's on purpose. A timeout is called on the field. What is the Fireeggs batting rotation? Let me double check here. We might have to restart play.
Oh, after 4 quick innings, we might still need to restart play. Is there an error in the batting order?
I'm double checking that now. Apologies.
It isn't somebody tell the Wilds this during the CPU class.
Well, hey, listen. At least we caught it now instead of later. Can I please not trip over myself in this replay? Thank you. Wasn't it Yoshi who started off the batting order for the Fireeggs? Because that's definitely not correct.
No, it was just in the one inning.
Okay.
We just started off with Yoshi for that one inning.
Okay, I've gotten my head out of my ass now, and I'm checking the Fireeggs batting rotation. Tell me that I check it here. Do I not check it? Nope! That is completely the wrong batting order from the Fireeggs. We are going to have to restart play.
Oh dear.
Well, it happens in Grand Slam Galaxy. Apologies to the rookies after an exciting start, but well, we're gonna have to go back to inning 1 here. That is my B. That is yes. Ignore that crackling. That is what happens when a reset of all the managing computers results in a loss of all the Jersey players, or to say that in a non-kayfabe way, because let's be honest, at this point, reinstalling Windows and then losing all the Miis and having to remake them in a scramble for tonight, well, it does mess you up a little bit. Baby DK, Will Ferrell, King Rool, Yoshi, Baby Luigi, Pegasus, Red Yoshi. Okay. And double checking their fielding here, that they're all in this correct spot. So there. That all looks correct to me. Yep, the rookies look correct. My apologies once more. Trust me, nobody is looking at the time more than I am right now. We save all this out. There we go. Okay. And once more, we'll begin Game 4, Playday 3, a little bit of a cursed Playday. I apologize. Here in Grand Slam Galaxy. Hey, maybe it'll be just as quick. Mario starting off the bats for the Fireeggs tonight, as Cookie will once again remain on the mound. We're not... Okay, it's fine. Quick pop out to shortstop for Mario. Green Critter, easy to catch on them for the first out of the game. Now it's Ash Ketchum's turn to try to see what he can do at the bat. Charges, knocks it cleanly out to left center field. Ooh, bounces off the table. Almost made it look like it was going to be a ground rule double, but no. A single for the 10-year-old. The eternal 10-year-old, some might say. Silver Lily, are you with me?
I am here, Willie. My apologies. Once again, something else is getting my attention for the moment, but right now what's getting my attention is that quick double play. Man, is that a familiar inning?
Don't. Let's
see if can break the pattern a little bit earlier, because that sure was a first batter out, second batter on, third batter double play. Oh, hey, look, it's first batter out.
You can't do this to me. What am I supposed to talk about? The weather, clear, beautiful skies out here. Daisy Cruz says, Brown Critter hits it deep. The pattern broken, no matter what. Holy shit. I think Yoshi just threw that child into the stratosphere.
Heck of a jump. An A jump by Baby Luigi to make that catch. I don't think I've ever seen that not zoomed in. He just rocketed right up there. It appears an out has happened, but I don't know on who. I couldn't see who was up at bat.
Well, it was... Wait. John Cena was up at bat and turned...
Yes, Willie, that is the joke. Thank you.
It's too late for this, Silver Lily. Critter! Showing off why... Well, the Critters themselves so well locked down that shortstop and second base position with a solid diving catch. And it's the big man himself, King K. Rool. Someone's going to have to open up the batting for the Fireeggs, and, well, a fire line drive is caught easily by Brock. This defensive battle holds even with the Fireeggs having the, let me check my notes here, correct batting lineup. I like the statues of Daisy. I don't have much else to say. What else do you have to say? They're just racking up all their solid catches on this defense. Well, what could have been a solid ground ball up the third baseline, caught easily by Baby DK just before it hits the ground. And Critter will attempt to open this one up.
There is synergy, and they are there in time, and the catch is made. Will Ferrell giving Yoshi the boost jump needed to make that out. A couple of home runs threatened, but none of them accomplished.
You know, that makes me nervous. Yoshi will be the secondary pitcher for the Fireeggs almost definitely, and, well, he's also key to that defensive outfield. We'll have to see, but for now, finally, a runner gets on base with the assistance of a solid timed green shell. It's Brock with a single for the rookies. Green Shy Guy won't be able to turn much, as he'll ground out to third, not get himself out, but get Brock out at second and bring an end to the inning. And despite it all, we still have a defensively locked down game, but I can see the win condition for the rookies. So if they're able to tire out King K. Rool and disrupt that synergy in the outfield, they might be able to set their bats on fire. Meanwhile, for the Fireeggs, they've got their own opportunities as Baby Luigi hits it high, but with no synergy, it'll be an easy catch by John Cena in left field. I think the chance of the Fireeggs here comes from their star hitters. Both Mario and King K. Rool can turn this baseball park into a walk in the park in just a couple seconds if they're given the opportunity. Pegasus, though, will try to take offensive lead here with a single. Red Yoshi follows it up, but caught out by Green Shy Guy. Inspiration from Critter on how slick that slide was. You think they're friends? They have to be if they're on such close positions. And once again, going into the bottom of the third, not the sixth inning, it's a 0-0 scoreline. We've yet to see a run here. Bouncer bounces the ball right up that center field line. And unfortunately...
Bouncer?
Yeah.
No, you go ahead.
No, what's up with Bouncer?
I was just going to say, Bouncer has been a relatively consistent performer for the rookies in the games he's been fielded in. And you can see it right there. And even in the false start earlier, was one of the ones getting on base most often. Speaking of getting on base, Bowser Jr. managing it as well as steps up to plate and scares off King K. Rool.
Well, it's the win condition that the rookies were waiting for. Yoshi brought up to the pitcher's mound as King K. Rool will go to the outfield and disrupt Synergy, I believe? Wait, let me double check here that King K. Rool...
out at third, but it won't be an out anywhere else thanks to that POW block, giving all the time in the world to run to first.
Yes. King K. Rool does not have synergy with Baby Luigi or with Will Ferrell. But, well, it won't matter, as Brown Critter hits it to shortstop and Ash Ketchum turns the double play to shut down the rookie's offense. We're still scoreless.
That is going to cause big problems if Brown Critter's ever able to find a hit like it almost found in the false start. One that was barely caught by Baby Luigi being launched by Yoshi. That lack of chemistry is going to prove troublesome on a stadium like this.
Well, the Fireeggs, put into a dangerous position on defense, have got to find the power on offense. Mario is one of those players that has to come alive for them, but unfortunately he just hits it to shortstop for an easy out. Ash Ketchum, on the other hand, caught out by Brock. No love lost between those old friends. As Baby DK is up on the mound with 2 outs on the field and, well, weak contact off a banana. You're going to need something with a little bit firmer texture to it to get some good hit off that ball. And the ground out will result in a quick inning for the Fireeggs as the rookies come back to the plate. John Cena with an opportunity against Yoshi. He'll watch the first 2. The count's 1-1 though, so he's got a little bit of room left. We'll take a chance, but not a good enough hit as he'll hit it straight to Ash Ketchum at shortstop, who turns the play to first. Cookie now started the mound on the Fireeggs and starts the offense in this inning with a solid single after a good hit to center left field. We'll get her on base. And Green Critter given an opportunity here against a weakened Fireegg outfield. Someone's got to take opportunity. A strikeout!
A strikeout. Unaided strikeout. No star pitch coming in. Just caught Critter looking. Unexpected.
I think Critter, much like me, I thought that was going to be a ball, but it caught the edge of the plate well enough, and, well, the next batter is shocked too, as they'll hit it straight to Ash Ketchum, who will turn the out, and going into the top of the 5th, hey, you're never going to guess what the scoreline is. It's a shutout here on Daisy Cruiser. Let me repeat that.
We are seeing some weird games today, Willie. Teams not performing like we'd expect. Stadiums going weird directions we weren't prepared for. Defensive shutout on Daisy Cruiser. Wild musicians unable to make anything happen on Peach's Ice Garden. I think possibly the only game that went to expectations for the stadium it was being played on was Monarchs Bow's Wario City, known to disrupt defensive plays. Gave the Monarchs all the time in the world to take advantage of it, we will now be moving to the bottom of the 5th without a single score.
We are absolutely not going to say that the game that ended 3-32 ended according to expectations. Absolutely, we are not going to say that. I know what you mean, but hilarious implication. Green Shy Guy. That's a clean single. Bouncer with an opportunity to try to get something going here. You'll never believe it. It's a double play.
I wonder if we're gonna see extras for the first time in the league, Willie.
There's something.
We go scoreless. Well, not quite into the top of the 6th. Potential last batter of the 5th inning.
Give us a star hit.
Captain Bowser Jr. hits it up center. Is gonna make it to first for a single. He's gotten on base. Here's it's on her to see if she can make it happen. And a deep hit. Gonna give her time to run to second. Runners in scoring position for none other than Brown Critter. If someone can break this game open, it's gonna be the crocodile with a kraken arm. And Baby Luigi bumbles the catch. The game is no longer scoreless off a 2 RBI double by Brown Critter.
Missed
to open the game up in the bottom of the 5th.
Missed by a hair for Baby Luigi. And finally, the scoreboard is cracked open. There's Star Pitch from Yoshi. And he'll try to catch out Brown Critter on second base, but won't find anything. No, it's John Cena who manages to find the hole in that center field again and put runners on the corner. There's still 2 outs, and there has been for a minute. Cookie will try to keep this try to keep this hit. I'm not sure what to call this. Cookie will try to score runs. It's baseball.
It is still a rally, Willie. It's been a small ball rally. You've had a couple of singles and a double. And now a couple more singles. This is a rally. It's a 2-out rally.
Solid play. And Yoshi
beginning to tire in the face of it as our second critter, Green Critter, steps up to the plate. That one's going to hit it high and far and gone for a 3-run home run off the starboard side.
You know, it's kind of funny. I called early what the rookies' win condition is. But that lack of chemistry in the outfield hasn't meant anything, as Yoshi will finally be taking it off the mound, and it's Mario from that home base position who'll be brought up.
Rookies determined to show up after a very rough starting game against the Musicians. Took down the Musicians 20-16 in a game at Bowser's Castle, and are now 6 up against the Fireeggs on Daisy Cruiser, having shut them out so far, and now scored 6 in 1 inning.
We've been at 2 outs for how many batters? 8, 9, 10?
We're about to bat the round at 2 outs. Bowser Jr. was the batter that started this rally.
The captain, inspiring the team. But Bouncer will shut the team down as finally 9 batters later, the 3rd out is found, and a 6-run inning for the rookies sets, well, a hell of a tempo that the Fireeggs will have to catch up to. And if there's one batter who can't do it, it's Baby Luigi. Gonna have to try to find his balance, and, well, finds the dugout. Pops it out to Green Shy Guy, who has been locking down that second base position scarily well. Look, I'm sorry. I hype up these teams as much as they can, but it's baby Luigi. And, well, Critter, inspired by his small friend, turns the play at shortstop. 2 outs now for the Fireeggs. Will they find inspirations from the rookies rally? They have to crack the starting pitcher at some point, but Red Yoshi will not be the player to do it. It's 3 up, 3 out. Out at second base position, out at shortstop position, out at second base position, and after 6 innings, the Fireeggs remain scoreless. Bowser Jr. now must be feeling pretty happy with his team after that just absolute destruction on offense. We'll try to get it going again. Clean hit up the middle for a single.
And this time, it's not 2 outs, it's 0. Mario staring down the same batters that chased off the previous pitcher, and with some defensive help, is telling them to go back to the dugout.
We will find ourselves back at 2 outs, but Brown Critter, solid line drive, will net a single after hitting it up the center. You know, those tables make me nervous. We saw before in the Winter Classic, sometimes the ball just finds itself in the wrong place and gets stuck under there. Not much difficulty for either team so far. As John Cena will have to try to keep this inning going, but no. The ground out to Pegasus at second, and a return to the status quo is fine for the rookies. They're the ones with a 6-run lead. The Fireeggs have got to get something started. And well, if any batter on the Fireeggs can do it, the secondary captain of Mario has got as good a chance as any.
And I want to point out that Cookie started off the pitching for the rookies and is still out there on the mound. Has yet to even tire in the top of this 7th inning.
Well, when you've got out, out, out as the only score line in every inning, it's not that bad. And you won't believe it, it's a double play. Green Shy Guy and Critter showing off.
Excellent defensive performance by the rookies this game. The Fireeggs are going to have to make something happen quick if they want a chance of getting back in. They've only got 2 innings left to do it. And it's the rookies that bat second. So not only do they have to make up that lead, they have to exceed it in a way that doesn't seem feasible for the rookies to come back in. Because this team has shown that they don't want to be the underdogs. They may be the rookies, but they're here to win.
Well, Cookie will at least start this off for the rookies, and if the Fireeggs want any way back into this, they'll have to shut down this offense. But no, Critter and Cookie, ooh, misuse of items there, will stun Cookie. That old hip injury flaring back up for her. She'll be kept on the ground, and it'll result in an easy double play off of Ash Ketchum and Pegasus. And the rookies are shut down. Eggs, 2 chances left to get their bats going. And, well, they've got a dangerous batter up in this rotation to do it. Will Ferrell will try to set himself on base so that King K. Rool can finally get some offensive production. And that's a successful single for the comedian. King K. Rool, we are gonna have to place you on far to watch if you cannot show up for the Fireeggs when they need you most. Well, it's not a home run, but it is a single, and it drives Will Ferrell all the way to third base. No outs on the inning. The captain, Yoshi, has an opportunity. I'd love to see a star hit here, but no. A charge hit will net straight into Critter's glove, and a double play. Well, they get their first...
Will prevent Yoshi from getting that run batted in, ground out, and the double play prevents that from being scored for you.
Still, the stat line might not show it, but the scoreboard will. 1-6 now. The Fireeggs. They get something started, but is it too little too late, as the rookies have an opportunity here to drive the scoreboard up to their favor. If they can get anything extra here, it's just going to put that much more pressure on. Green Shy Guy will start us off. I would say not known for being an offensive lineman, but I wouldn't have pegged him as a star second baseman either before this game. And the solid line drive to second will be caught by Baby Luigi, so no more runs for that man. Cookie. Sorry, not Cookie. Bouncer follows it up by popping out to shortstop. Excellent catch by Ash Ketchum. And the Captain Bowser Jr. in a familiar spot. 2 outs now. This is where he led the rally back last time. Won't lead it this time, as he'll knock it to second base for a quick out. The Fireeggs with their last opportunity in a not... Well, this could be a solid opportunity for them. They're at the end of their lineup, but synergy all the way as Pegasus, backed up by the good vibes of Red Yoshi. And that charge hit to right field will get caught out.
Will be an out. You know she's laughing over that one. I bet you can imagine it in your head.
Red Yoshi has got to be the player to start something for the Fireeggs if they want anything, but no. He'll ground out to shortstop. Mario, the secondary captain, the last gasp. They're going to have to repeat the performance of the rookies on 2 outs if they want to get into this game. Cookie, with the opportunity to pitch a full game, hits it to Mario, hits it to center, hits it into the glove of Critter. The game ends. Cookie pitches all 9 innings. And
almost a shutout from Cookie. Just barely not, but still one of the most dominant pitcher performances we've ever seen.
What a game for the rookies. What a play that we don't expect on Daisy Stadium. Oh, sorry, on Daisy Cruiser. MVP honors? Who are we looking at? Green Critter.
I was expecting to see one of the critters. I wasn't sure which it would be, but it is entirely unsurprising to see one of them up there. Pitchers, unfortunately, do not get much credit for MVP honors when it comes to their pitching performances. Otherwise, I'd say give that over to Cookie, the first pitcher to pitch all 9 innings in a Grand Slam Galaxy League game. Defensive performances like this are almost unheard of. We have never had a team be held to only 1 run before. Oh, no, we have once. It was the rookies.
Well, they're going to be happy with that, and their run differential is going to be happy with it too. Hang on. Sorry. There we go. So, over on the scoreboard, believe it or not very high after such a defensive battle. Cookie, given pretty solid honors, making it up, but it's the critters on the rookies, including Brown Critter, who was that traded for player in that frenzy, who successfully started the offense for the rookies after Bowser Jr. made those late plays, and yeah, that'll earn them MVP honors. Meanwhile, over on the Fireeggs, despite quiet bats from everyone, Ash Ketchum, with an unusually high fielding stat in that shortstop position, really proved, hey, I've got some potential here over on defense. And it's hard not to agree with them. Yeah. That'll end us for this week, this Playday of Grand Slam Galaxy. And given how late it is, you'll excuse me if we brush past this this outro. Let me catch everybody up on the end of this about our results. Taking a look here. So, winners today. were the Monsters, the Spitballs, the the Monarchs, and the Rookies. That'll mean that the Monsters continue their unbroken streak. They'll stay in first at 3-0. The Monarchs will now be in undisputed second place with a monster run differential at 2-1. The Rookies and the... Sorry, doing this in my head. The Rookies and the the Rookies will be the only other 2-1 team, won't they? Dark, the Spitballs, scoring their first win of this season. That'll mean that the rest of the teams will be tied at 1-2. Oh, no, excuse me. You know what? Let me just go through and knock this out real quick because I'm going to be too curious if I don't do it. No, the record for the Wilds spreadsheet is not going to be January 2nd. Okay, standings at the end of this. Oh, I am right. Yeah, no. Monsters, first place, undisputed, 3-0. Monarchs follow them up with 2-1 in a devastating run differential of 44. The Rookies will still have a negative run differential at -7, but they'll be the other 2-1 team, now net in third place. And 5 other teams in the league will follow up with a 1-2 scoreline. That'll bring us to a close here on Playday number 3 of Grand Slam Galaxy. Closing thoughts, Silver Lily?
Well, as the musician's home commentator, I feel I must say that I am looking forward to their future games. I think they've had a bit of a rough showing recently. Teams have been getting smart about picking stadiums against them. Their defense really struggles with those longer fields, and their offense can't quite make things happen the way they want to. I also want to say I am incredibly impressed by the turnaround from these Rookies after being beaten 20-1 by the musicians, taking them 20-16, and then beating the Fireeggs 6-1 on Daisy Cruiser. They've proven that they are not a team to be messed with. And once again, congratulations to the Monarchs for taking the highest scoring game in Grand Slam Galaxy League history.
It'll be a long time before the Monarchs get caught up to in that run differential. Thank you everyone for joining me. We're just going to end it here. Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.